Yes, we're here, wherever here is. Ah, greetings, viewers. Welcome to Chapter 22 of Book 2, Tale of Cybil Spear, our actual play D&D 5e game. This is our very first, hopefully, of many charity streams on this channel as part of the Togetherness Twitch event that they're doing this week. So, sorry, can't remember the name off the top of my head. Anyway, tonight we will be supporting the St. Jude Children's Medical Research Hospital, which is a wonderful organization helping to fight against pediatric diseases. And any donations that come in during the stream will go towards making sure children have access to life-saving care at little to no expense to their families. With that, introductions. I'm Silver, as always. I'm your storyteller this evening, and with me are our esteemed players Jeff, Saga, AJ, Conrad, Ernie, and Dustin. For those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you missed a session, I'd like to encourage you to check out our previous sessions, which you can find on YouTube. Also, like to direct you to our Discord server to join our community and interact with us. Links to both can be found in the About section of the Twitch channel. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for our amazing ambiance, sound effects, and music, which I could probably start some of that up. Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, the game we play. Tales of Winternoct is not an official representative of any of these companies, nor are we a representative of St. Jude's Children's Medical Research Hospital. And none of the views and statements made during our game in any way represent those of the companies. With all of that, previously on the tale of Cybil Spear. Cybil Spear, a group of strangers who found themselves on the same voyage to Six Bells before getting caught in a storm and shipwrecking on the coast of Baral. Jofredir, Zedri, Silenus, Alfred, and Kiesel came together to destroy a cult in Wiccob, enter and escape the Dreamer's End, disintegrate a necromancer in Airguard, and best the Witherlord in Maidenthorn. Now, after nearly half a year together, they have made a home for themselves in Six Bells. But left with many questions about their trials and tribulations, they headed for Ashmane, Zedri's hometown, with plans of visiting the Oracle of Briora and delivering their comatose companion Xanathe to the monastery she once called home. They arrived to find a disease taking over the city, and with the help of a new ally named Percy, they sought out and secured a cure from the village of Swarnstead, where they tangled with a charming entity named Izzy. On their way back to Ashmane, they faced off against Dr. Wingard and his menagerie of hybrid mutants, before finally reaching rest and safety back in the city Zedri once called home. They retired to Odette's Inn, a somewhat suspect establishment in Ritas Plaza, where they enjoyed a night of fine food and drinks before retiring to their rooms for the evening. During this respite, Alfred shared with the party that when he disappeared from the battle with Wingard, he was shunted to the Dreamer's Realm once again, where he encountered a familiar voice reminding him of his deal. Alfred opened up about his fears of not being strong enough to fight the Dreamer, but was supported by his companions, especially Zedri. As most retired to their shared rooms, Kiesel left the building and found some solace with a stranger in Merchant's Way. Meanwhile, Percy spent a teary moment with her birds, thinking fondly of their shared father figure. With these tender moments, the party all eventually put themselves to bed and enjoyed a long-needed rest. That is, except one. Our story resumes as Silenus opens his eyes at the sound of Kiesel's deep sleeping snores across the room. Here in East Shore, it is approximately 2 a.m. on the 12th day of Faderman, 296 years after the fall. Turn it over to you, Silenus, as you awaken, or at least rouse yourself.
Um, kind of quietly stand up and to slip out the door. Is my is Galfrank still there?
Yeah.
Kind of looks around, crouches
Way to
down.
go. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Jib Jam
Holy shit.
My
gifting
wonderful
25 subs.
Yes.
Holy moly, that's awesome.
Thank you kindly, Gimp Jam.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
my love.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Okay, sorry, Silenus. Continue.
Reach down, try to scratch under his chin. Anyone come in or out, my friend?
Just a slight shake of the head to the negative.
Good. If I come up to Zedri and Alfred's door, is it locked?
It is not locked.
With a quietness that only comes from sneaking out past 4 older siblings from a small caravan. Silenus slips in and looking for the bags of holding.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
And
See how
Alfred and Zedri give me disadvantage perceptions. Because you guys are both drunk and sleeping.
saying don't fuck me.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Meets it, beats it. Stealth wins. In this case, you are the active player. So, Alfred rolls a little bit as you step into the room, but then seems to return back to sleep. Give me an investigation. Zedri, where's the bag?
Where's the bag?
Bag of holding.
Oh, it's on me. I went to bed with all of my clothes on.
Fair. Hanging off your side.
Yeah, the satchel crossbody. Like, I'm probably like
right.
sleeping with it on. I'm splayed out, actually, probably.
Well, with the 20 on the investigation, you luck out that Zedri happens to be laying on the opposite side. So the bag is sitting right there, easily found and accessible.
And grab Galfrank from my shoulder, give him a little, give me a little bit of luck. I'm gonna reach, try to slip my hand into the bag and retrieve that item that we spoke about.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Do I get advantage from my familiar? Giving me the help action?
I'll give you advantage. Both between your familiar, between Zedri's failed perception check to notice you coming into the room, and his drunken state. Oh boy.
3 and a 4.
All right, Zedri, give me another a disadvantaged perception there.
I don't even have any. I can't believe I rolled a 4 on advantage.
You got what you needed. I got a 1.
Apparently.
All right, what do you retrieve?
Do I have to I have to say.
You know what? I know what you're retrieving, so no, I don't think you do because nobody perceives you. So
Just hit the note.
yeah, it you successfully retrieve the item. Nobody seems to waken, despite not the most deft act of attempting to pull this out of this bag.
Nope.
It is sufficient, and you are able to retrieve the item and make your escape from the room.
Selena's is supposed to be better at this. He has a +6 to sleight of hand. He should be good at this.
Your nerves
It
get
could
me.
have been worse.
It could have been worse. This is true. Yeah, kind of slip out, slowly close the door. It's a cat off the shoulder. All right. Doing good. All right. Keep them safe. Just they're scratched behind the ears and goes to bed.
All right.
Throwing me for a loop there a little bit. I didn't realize I was gonna have to role play that out. That was just gonna be a roll in the tower.
We do that.
It's fun. It's more fun this way. Okay. You know what? Give me one more stealth check.
Oh, to not wake up Kiesel.
Yeah. Case will give me a disadvantage perception check. My
You rolled
lord.
a
It was
10.
almost.
Yeah.
It was
An
almost.
investigation.
It was almost
solid.
on that 15. It was
Yeah.
almost on the 15, and then it rolled over onto the 7.
Investigation or perception?
Perception. Sorry, I was talking about Silenus's investigation.
Oh.
Everybody else's disadvantages is saving
Dropped
Silenus.
a 16, you mother.
All right,
Chose to do
Silenus,
it when everyone
no
else
one
was drunk.
seems to have noticed. And you return to your slumber. Everybody else passes the night. We did the long rest at the end of last session. You guys got your satisfying long rest sound. So, as the night concludes, yeah, we'll move into the next morning. And how late do each of you plan on sleeping the next morning?
With how relaxed physically and mentally Kiesel is, I would say up early, not sleeping in super late, not overly exhausted, well rested.
Does Jofrid know that Percy set an alarm on the door?
She didn't set an alarm.
Oh, okay.
She
I
just
thought it
locked
was...
She just
it.
locked
Okay,
it.
it's locked. Okay,
Yeah.
no. Okay, Jofrid would be up at his normal time doing his usual.
Percy would get up early so she can go down to the docks and see about getting a passage on a ship for later that day. See what's available.
Okay. Rest of you?
I think Alfred would probably be one of the later waking up, considering how much he drank. I I think he would honestly just take an easy morning with a hangover, just playing around with Cybil, just trying to get his bearings, working on a little doodad here and there, but not really anything intensive.
Well, we'll determine the hangover here in a moment. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Zedri and Silenus.
So this is gonna sleep for his full 8 hours, which is probably going to mean later than everyone else.
About 10:30.
So
Would get you 8.
sounds good.
Zedri?
Yeah, Zedri would probably wake up somewhere between the late awakenings of Alfred and the early morning of Jofrid, as Zedri has kind of gotten in his system waking up pretty early.
Okay. Those of you that drank too much the night before and failed your con save, so Alfred, Percy, and Zedri, I need con saves from each of you, which is why I asked you questions.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, doesn't matter what you answered in the questions. You had to hit at least a 10 to start with. So, all right, you are all have hangovers the next morning. So I need each of you to roll 4d6. Which, if you were, oh, okay, you guys clearly
Ominous.
remembered how to do that. So, all right,
this
Percy
damage
won that
taken?
one. Low was good.
Oh,
No, that's the number of hours you are under the poison condition hungover for the day. So, Alfred and
2/3 of
Zedri.
the day.
Yeah, so you guys are pretty miserable that nobody got low. Even the 10's pretty high. So, yeah, so you guys will each be under the poison condition. Obviously, you can, if you have an effect that can get rid of the poison condition, that can be used to get rid of a hangover. If you want to burn lesser restoration spell, or there might be a few other things that you could do. I don't know what else you guys particularly have, but
We don't
I
have the
will-
paladin, so
oh, we get the lovely poison sound effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trigger warning. Oh, I didn't like that.
Every
Oh,
I
it's
put
gonna-
it
it's
on
gonna happen
there,
to-
do it every time.
It's in a
gonna have to
different
keep
year.
happening. They're different too.
Shout out to the voice actors who had to fucking.
that was so good. Yeah, why?
All right. So, yeah, you three are under the poison condition for the set number of hours. I will figure out what that amounts to for. Oh my gosh. Somebody want to do the math on that for me while we're moving forward so I don't have to sit here and do that?
10
As
times.
to the number of rounds 10 hours, 11 hours, and 16 hours is.
All right, let's just do it for
Oh.
up to 11 hours because Alfred is going to take out one of his vials. He's going to empty the usual concoction to a canister and then pour in a little bit of something else that's like a greenish blue liquid and stick that in his leg for a lesser restoration.
So 6,000 rounds for 10 hours.
Yeah.
6,600 rounds for 11 hours.
Zedri is also going to go ahead and roll over in the bed and realize that he's kind of like cuddled up to his staff, that he just kind of like has at his side. He's gonna be like, oh, fuck, I feel horrible. And he's gonna kind of like wring his hands around the staff of healing, and he's gonna cast Lesser Resto for himself.
And then immediately after sticking his leg, Alfred's going to reach into his pocket and use the Pearl of Power to get his second level spell slot back.
Nice.
If
All right. So the 10 was 6,000. Was that correct on
Yep.
that? All right.
Yep.
And I only need to put it on Percy because you guys are taking care of the other ones.
Well, we have to find Percy.
I mean, if y'all have. She's getting up early, so she's.
Go for your time.
Yeah, she's gonna go down. She's going down to the docks, so she's probably out before you guys. Well, before you guys get up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Percy, Yofredir, waking up normal time, early hours. Kiesel, you were sleeping in a bit.
No, not a bit. I think Kiesel would actually be up a little bit earlier than
Okay.
noon o'clock.
Okay, so the three of you, with your morning activities, Yofredir out for his morning jog, Percy out to go find a ship. Percy will send you what you find. So you have that information. Yofredir, pretty uneventful. Nice. It's warming up. We're getting some decent spring weather here on the coast finally. So, and it's not raining for the first time in over 2 days. So it's not bad. It's a nice brisk run, honestly, kind of balmy for your type of temperatures, but
He does not use
about mid
face scrubs.
40s. Kiesel, what do you do?
Kiesel would write in his book a little bit. Actually, go out to the town maybe after a little bit. Would there? Oh, actually, no, he wouldn't do that here. Yeah, we'll save that for later. So yeah, he'll just write in his book. Write in his book. Maybe smoke indoors. Is Silenus here? Silenus is here.
He's
Please,
sleeping.
Kiesel would not smoke indoors out of courtesy. Yeah,
Sit
he'd just
next
write
to
in
the
his
window.
book. No. Silenus would know. He would know.
Fair.
So yeah, I just do a little bit of writing, writing.
Okay. Get to Cedri. I believe you were the next on the list as the in between. You remove your poison condition.
Doesn't help with some of the grogginess, though, as Zedri will, like, kind of take in his surroundings, make sure everything's kind of, like, still the same from last night. Alfred's over there sleeping. So he'll go ahead and set out, like, a really nice kind of prayer. He'll go ahead and put out like a candle. He'll go ahead and make sure that he kind of sets up everything nicely so he can go ahead and offer his morning prayers to Infernus. And then if Alfred wants to as well, kind of leave the setting out for him.
Okay. And what should bring us up to Alfred? Getting up, removing your condition, finding Zedri's little prayer setup.
Alfred wouldn't be sure if Zedri was setting that up for himself, so he might sit down to it to just sit like buy it, but he wouldn't light the candles. But afterwards he would go play with Cybil for a bit, and then is there um a local temple of Infernus nearby?
Asking me? Asking Infernus?
Asking you,
Asking
yes.
Zedri?
Would Alfred have seen any temple of Infernus
You guys have not
Any-
been
around?
to the Temple of Infernus, no.
Okay. Alfred will walk downstairs and see if there's anyone like behind the bar or
I think it'd be fair for you to know that there probably is one here in town,
right.
based off the amount of time you've spent with Zedri, and this is his hometown. But location-wise, you would not have been there yet.
Yeah, Alfred will just go downstairs and see if he can find some directions. Trying to head over there, just walking around. If does he ever get directions? Yes, no, or
Okay, so you're gonna go ask for directions. All right.
yeah.
Before we go into that too deeply, those of you that have woken in the early hours, will leave Silenus napping after his midnight thievery. The rest of you, as you woke, as you did your morning activities, passing through the inn. So the nice rooms that you had for the night, the nice feather mattresses that were described last session, a very good night's rest for those of you that weren't sick in the morning. Everybody else, it's a very, very good, comfortable night's rest. Probably the most comfortable night's rest you guys have had at least since you left Six Bells, if not earlier. And the rooms were all pleasantly, despite having no hearth or furnace or anything like that in each of the rooms, they were all nice, pleasantly heated. you notice as you wake up in the silence of the morning hours and the silence of the room with nobody talking or sobbing or snoring or any of the different sounds you guys have dealt with over the past 8 hours, that you can hear downstairs, and a minimal investigation would reveal to you that there's vents in the floor to allow the heat from the hearth downstairs to radiate upstairs. And you can hear just the muffled sounds of the kitchen down below, the morning breakfasts being prepared. Don't get the sense that the vents are leading towards the main greeting hall, the main hall of the tavern, more so towards the back sections where the kitchen is. And between these muffled sounds, that occasionally there's a louder one, but nothing that you can make out. They're all unintelligible with the amount of insulation between you. But you do have the smells of the hearth smoke, as well as some smoked ham being fried up with buttered hash browns downstairs, filling your noses. For those of you that are maybe a little bit on the queasy end, maybe not the best smell, but to others, it's a nice, welcoming, homey dish being prepared. And the three that woke up bright and early, Percy, I'd say it'd take a little bit more time for you to be looking into ships. So Kiesel and Jofridir. Kiesel, do you stay in the room until Silenus wakes?
I'd get hungry. You can't be writing on an empty stomach, let alone an empty brain. An empty stomach leads to an empty brain. So I think I would wander downstairs at some point before Silenus waking to get food to eat. I could have just
Okay.
said that, but it had to be convoluted.
Fair. Jofridir completing your morning run, returning to the inn, you'd find Kiesel grabbing some food. No sign of anybody else at this point. Shortly thereafter, Alfred, you'd be making your way down. And Zedri, once you've completed your prayer stuff, you obviously would have made your way down a little bit quicker than Alfred, too. So,
Yeah, when your order gets back, he would get some food as well and sit down with Kiesel.
When Percy gets back, she'll join him.
all right.
So she'll join as well.
So, now going back to Alfred, as you're going to go get directions to the temple, you would find your friends, sans Silenus, all seated around a table eating breakfast. So, no surprise that Silenus is not up at this hour.
Yeah, it's the usual. Alfred will still walk up to who's behind the inn counter.
Get my notes. There is a female human, looks to be the cook, who's kind of just keeping an eye on the front counter from the kitchen.
Alfred will just try to like kindly get her attention. Excuse me, sorry, don't mean to bother you. Can I ask for some directions around here?
Yeah, just let me finish this up.
Okay,
Let
no
me
rush.
finish this up. Take care of this for me. She goes just like wiping grease off her hands onto her apron, quickly just try to get her hands all clean. She looks like she's been working in the kitchens most of the morning, a little bit of sweat dripping off the brow, and comes up to the counter. Directions.
Yeah, sorry. Do you know how to get to the local Temple of Infernus? I'm quite new here in town and don't know where it is.
Oh, yeah, that's way over on the other side of town. Yeah, so you go out of Regis Plaza, you're gonna go through Seagate, through Work Rest, through Copper Street, then you hit the main road north, and then you go through High Belt, and then yeah, it's over in the House of Infernus. Kind of where you'd think it would be, but yeah, that's where you go.
Okay. Right. Thank you. I think I got that.
Do I need to repeat it? You want me to write
Well-
it down? I could draw you a map.
A map? You could draw me a map? I would love a map.
She takes a scrap of paper that appears to have had somebody's order written on the backside of it. She takes it, flips it over, and just starts scribbling with appears to be some sort of a pencil. It just starts marking things down, and once she hands it over to you, you look at it, and it's seriously just a line across town and up and over with no landmarks whatsoever anywhere other than start and an arrow pointing to the finish.
Just so you guys know, y'all are getting the proceeds to us selling our couch, going to St. Jude's.
Nice.
Oh,
Awesome.
did
Another, what was it, 25 subs? Yeah. 35 subs. My wonderful partner donated another
Whoa.
35
10.
subs.
Wow.
35 total, yeah.
Oh, 35 total. Okay.
Which is a lot of subs. We got 11 people in the stream, so awesome.
Hi.
Thanks everybody that's popping in.
That's like the best value couch I've ever heard of.
yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Oh, okay. Alfred will turn away, not mentioning it, and then he'll turn to the rest of his party. Good morning, everyone. How's it going?
Morning, Alfred.
Dude,
Don't speak so loudly, please. I was already at the docks and it smelled disgusting.
oh, did you drink a lot too? I can't really remember a lot of last night, to be quite honest, but here you go. Alfred's gonna pull out another vial. He's gonna empty this canister into another vial and repeat the same process over and then he's gonna stick it into Percy's leg.
With the metal one?
The syringe?
What's
The metal leg.
He
Shut up.
goes to stab her metal leg and she's like, nope, wrong one.
Alfred's intelligent enough to remember which leg.
Is he wise enough?
Is he?
I don't think that's a matter of being wise enough.
I'm not gonna make you roll a history check. You're
Oh
okay.
my. He said he didn't remember last night, not the entire meeting of Percy.
Thank you, Alfred. That is much appreciated.
Yeah, that feels better. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Where are you headed this morning?
I was actually hoping to check out the Temple of Infernus here in town and just spend a little time if we had any. I don't know how soon we want to get a move on.
Well, I think before we do anything, Silenus said she wanted to speak to the Oracle. I actually feel like that was kind of the reason why we were here. Plagues and worms and mad scientists be damned.
Yeah, it was. It is.
Yeah, so I'd hate to leave and be like, oh, we left the fire on the stove. It's like, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we can do other things before that. I mean, it depends what time fucking Silenus wakes up.
Well, I mean, if we're going on when Silenus wakes up, then I definitely have enough time to pop over there.
Sure.
I promise I won't be terribly long.
You said
Wait. Zedri, did you ever go by the see our friends?
Zedri kind of like taps his hands on the table. I really wasn't, I didn't want to present myself like that this morning. And to be completely honest, I kind of woke up with a massive hangover.
Oh, you too?
Cheers to
Yes.
that.
Indeed.
No. I don't think I want to drink for a little bit.
Well, I'm about to get on a boat, so I'm going to get sloshed as all get out.
Oh, this is where we part ways.
What time?
Not till later this afternoon.
Oh, then in the meantime, we could probably all go to Merchant's Way, because that's where I think the Adventuring Guild was. And then the House of Inverness is right there if you're going to the Church of the Molten Furnace.
Yeah, you could draw like a straight line from it.
I would also like to visit the Temple of Infernus and give my respects.
I will say that maybe we should pick up our friend from the monastery. I hate to be all about this, but she is our living proof that we completed the contract for the missing adventurer, so we kind of need to show her off as, not like a trophy, but just as proof that we want to get paid.
I know that
Heroics aside.
Maybe you all should go to the... What you were talking about, the Oracle? Why are you all looking to go to the Oracle?
I kind of want to ask about this. Alfred will point behind his ear.
Well, especially with the recent conversation, let's say that, maybe the Oracle would be imperative. I don't know, does the Oracle cost money?
I hope not, I'm broke.
I'll pay for you.
Maybe the only payment is a show of good character. I should probably stay away if that's the case. I wouldn't want to taint anybody.
Yeah.
Alfred empties his pockets, he pulls out 1 copper.
Oh my god,
honey.
Alfred. How are you so broke?
Honey.
Who's carrying all the loot?
Alfred.
Okay. Fair.
So, I do think that it's imperative that we probably stop by the Adventurers Guild and then make our way over to the Oracle. The order of which we do that isn't really of any import, but I will also say that last time we definitely had the wind knocked out of our sails whenever they were being a little combative about us really beating Cybil's spear, but I feel like we have enough accolades that we could probably advocate for our success.
Pardon me. They were fighting you on if you were the adventuring party you came in claiming you were.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, I think once we get to Six Bells, we need to carry like portrait IDs or some sort of officiation just to prove. I mean,
I have never heard of that. That is terrible. I am so sorry. I've never heard of that happening.
I guess that speaks to the already legendary status that we hold, that worrying about imposters and copycats.
Her name precedes us. Quite literally.
Truly.
Well, that was the problem. It preceded us and we couldn't catch up to it. That's why they were questioning the legitimacy of if we were actually that group.
We need to run faster?
Ensure when I start telling stories of your grand adventures, I will include detailed physical descriptions of all of you.
I mean, you also know where Alfred lives and his full name, so his should be the easiest sell.
You know what? I might have to include that. Make a note.
Do you need to note it?
Do you have any parchment or pen? Something is misplaced.
I
Alfred
can
will
rip
hand
you-
over the piece of receipt paper that the map was drawn on.
I
Look
can
at
give
it. She's gonna turn it back over to the other side.
I can give you a fresh page if you need.
Just give me something to write with.
I'll hand over. Oh god, I guess like a graphite pencil. Shit, I guess that's what I've been using this whole time. I never really thought about that.
Yeah,
Percy
there's no ballpoint pens.
Yeah. Percy will take it. Alfred A. Yates, Eagle Falls, Cybil Spear. That should be good. So, who wants to go wake up Silenus?
Who wants to?
I mean, I could. Do you think it'd be funny if somebody else did?
Would he
Does
wake up
Cybil
if I? Would he wake up if I did ascending to him?
No.
I don't have the means to be able to tell you yes or no on that, actually.
Can I test it?
He's the sleeping one, be my guest.
I think anything less of a physical alteration would fail to wake Silenus.
All right, Percy's going to cast ascending to Silenus. And when I have 25 words, how many are you going to count her saying wake up very loudly as like wake up as like one word with a hyphen or as two words separately?
I think
2 words.
two words, yeah. My
Okay.
brain would die if I had to do it as one word.
5 divided by 2. All right. So yeah, she's just gonna essentially yell over the sending, "Wake up 12 times." Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
You have one word.
Well, being as you are not dreaming, suddenly start hearing in your head, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like the best alarm clock. I don't even think that's
what time
something
would
to
it be
test
right
whether it arouses you. So you're up. So
what time is it?
I would say about 9:30ish.
Okay. Sincerely, Percy. I guess I'm gonna get a long rest if I come downstairs still though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually only need 6 hours of sleep to get the long rest. You just need 8 hours of no activity.
Sure. Oh, goodness. That is new. I guess. Well, I know how everyone else feels. All right. Just take a couple minutes to pull on his vest and get himself.
Was that your response to the sending?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you respond?
All right. I was 7. You're good.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, yeah. Silenus is done. He's just woke up. He's doesn't even realize. It hasn't even passed through his brain that he's responding yet. And so the rest of the sending is over like 2 minutes, just a little like hums and like all right. I just like every so often you just pick up those until the 25 words run out.
All right. Exalted Platypus has redeemed Where's Cybil? Where's
Where's
Cybil?
Cybil?
At the foot of the table that we are at.
Actually, yes.
We're on it this time.
She is with us.
Well, Alfred's been playing with Cybil during the morning, and she came down with him after or when he decided to come and get directions.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Work.
Obviously.
We should have a different person answer, like a popcorn answer every time. Like, Jeff, we're Cybil.
Oh, yeah, I lost her. I don't know.
You what?
All right.
You're being told to pet Cybil as well.
Oh, the dog is
Okay.
getting plenty like foot pets
Yeah.
from under the table.
I don't
All
think
right, as
he's tall,
Silenus
but he
gets
won't.
his gear together and joins all of you downstairs for your planning session of how the day is to proceed.
Good morning.
Good morning. That was new.
Ah, it's wonderful it worked. Now you all have a new trick. I'm not sure how any. Do any of you have sending? Besides, I know Silenus has it.
I do.
No, I don't.
You might want to get sending.
Yeah, that actually looked like it worked. That's probably the fastest I've ever seen him get up.
Percy, I
Yes.
swear, if this becomes a regular thing,
I am.
I will
leaving-
reciprocate.
I am leaving you all this afternoon. I promise I will not abuse my newfound power unless somehow one of them tries to ask me to.
I'll lean in towards silliness. Yeah, do it in like 3 or 4 months when she forgets. Then it'll be funny.
I'll try to keep that in mind. So, what have you all been up to?
Waiting
Yeah, I
for you
guess
to wake up.
Slingus would have picked up his cat from sitting right outside Cedric and Alfred's door from the night before. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jeff.
We've been eating some breakfast and waiting for you.
Oh, well. Sounds like a good plan.
Well, no, we need to make the plan. That's the thing.
Ah,
Yeah, breakfast wasn't the entire plan for the day. And neither was waiting for you.
well, I'm
We were
glad
talking
to hear
about Percy leaving us eventually, but before that, seeing the Oracle. I know there's some unfinished business with that. Unless we also want to grab a new friend as proof, and then go to the Adventuring Guild, and then get paid, and then maybe do a couple more drinks before I get on the boat back to 6 bills. Maybe checking in on how the Rust Scarab problems is doing. Checking on Fires of Verilia.
Flames of
I don't-
Asilia.
Ursilia. Yeah.
You know, it's just so there's so many different names to keep track of sometimes. Anyway, so we actually could have a lot to do. It just depends on what we want to do. But I think the Oracle is like here, and then Percy leaving is like here.
Sure. Did we forget that we need to go get special permissions to see the Oracle?
That would
Yes.
be the reasoning of going to the Adventurers Guild for an endorsement of some sort. My
Yes.
dad said that my family name wouldn't do much, and he'll hold up his hand with the signet ring on it. And I also know that the monks wouldn't be able to endorse us either from the monastery.
Yes, I remember that. Well, yes, I assumed that we were getting it from the Adventurers Guild. Is that what we needed to pick up? Speak with Lonan to get our reward for finding a missing traveler, and then also using that to get our. Well, I suppose perhaps the whole thing with the Atana berries. If we could find some way to take someone who could verify us taking credit for that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Without our new friends, I don't think they'll. That she's our proof of the missing adventuring party.
Well, I mean, do we have proof that we were the ones that got the Atana berries? Because we didn't really show up with them.
I mean,
We did show up and start. Zedri pulled a bunch of them out of his bag of holding. There was a couple guys there when we showed up. They might be willing
True.
to testify.
Well, we didn't show up with the wagons, though. Is more what I meant.
Well, maybe if we bring a testament as to what's going on with Izzy and everything, and then they go and see how things are going over there, and our stories match up, then That would also suffice.
I could send off my Firebird, or you could probably send off Galfrank to go and try to find Learning. The monastery's pretty far away. First to go all the way over there, and then just to go ahead and backtrack. We probably wouldn't even be able to see the Oracle before Percy's departure, but if we're able to utilize the city,
We could. I mean, I know. Didn't we get any items off of Sydney's body? We could also just use that as like, hey, we caught this guy who was kidnapping people and doing disgusting experiments on them. We have evidence of that.
Actually, if you look over to, I guess, wherever you're sitting, maybe your left or your right, you'll see Alfred sitting down and ritually identifying the stuff that they got off of Sydney's body.
There we go.
I was just trying to find the time. Just had to work it in.
And I'm
What
sure.
are you starting with?
I think I want to start with the amulet.
And I'm sure if the family name was known, people might have like some, not idea of what he was doing, but of who the family was, if that part of his story was correct, which, to be fair, I think he was a lying liar who lies, but aren't we all?
You think the house was even his? He might have just killed whoever lived there and then taken over the residence?
Well, given the stuff that I found, I wouldn't be too surprised if it was actually his. In his, like a portrait of his parents, like in the master bedroom, doesn't seem like a thing that someone who killed the previous owner of the house and took it over would do.
Jeez, Alfred, he's a mad scientist, not a monster. Come on.
You can be
Wait,
both.
are they not synonymous?
On the mad scientist, but I think in this case it would be the same, yes. And he did enough experiments on himself that I think we could consider that just as a basis him a monster.
Well, that just makes him a chimera.
Aren't
Makes him
chimeras monsters?
No, I think it makes him an innovator in some fields. It depends. It's all relative. Depends who you ask. History will be the one to judge. So when do we want to go to the Oracle?
Well, I guess as soon as possible.
Then we should go. In 5 minutes,
We need to
7?
build first.
Give me
the
7.
guild. We should go to the guild in 5 minutes.
7.
Why?
Wait a second. Zedri's going to go ahead and pull out his notebook, and he's going to go ahead and start mapping out, like, the routes. If we're going to the Adventurers Guild, that's in Merchant's Way. It's right next to the House of Infernus, which, Alfred, I understand that you wanted to go ahead and visit the church over there. And just beyond, we can go ahead and head over to Brioris Garden and hopefully meet with the Oracle there. So we'll have almost like one street to be able to hit everything that we need to. And in addition, we can figure out, maybe draw straws on who's familiar wants to go ahead and head over to the monastery.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. So actually, real voice. Would I be able to also get the signet ring with this identify, or is that
It's
it's one oh wait, it's one object.
yeah, it's one object. So you'd just be doing another 10 minutes.
Well, we got places to be.
It's true.
Percy's gonna pull out like a copper coin. Right, Zedri, call it heads or tails.
Tails?
Your Firebird.
Oh, okay. Zedri will kind of look around the establishment. I would really like to leave the plaza before
That is a
igniting.
smart idea. Yes, that is a smart idea. But the decision has been made.
Fair. thank you for helping us be so decisive.
Coin flip is always the best way. It's like rolling dice. You just leave it up to chance.
Right.
I don't like leaving things up to chance. Chance has really been not good to us.
Fair. Everything is kind of up to chance overall. That's what fate is.
I hate gambling personally. Just gonna throw that out there, and so just gonna try to quickly scarf down his food so that we can head out.
There's a story behind that.
No, he's still eating. He's not stopping.
Thank you for adding in the mouthful sound. It was good. All right. Heading out. Attempting to escape Ritas Plaza before doing anything. Okay. Stepping out into the late morning air, as previously described with Jofridir. A decent temperature out, mid to high 40s. Decent in comparison to what you guys have been dealing with. And seems like it's going to be a nice clear day, low winds, sun's up, shining in off the Sea of Kings, and warming the atmosphere around you, which is great compared to the fairly cold looks that you continue to get from people around the neighborhood. A little bit less than when you came in. Most people seem to be pretty busy doing whatever they're about on their own business and don't pay too much mind to you. But nobody harasses you. I'll leave you to your business as you exit Ritas Plaza and head into Seagate. Firebird?
Yep. Zedri's going to go ahead and hold his arm out. He's going to go ahead and look up a little bit, and he's going to go ahead and conjure his Firebird. Is in a twist of dark purple flame, out pops the Firebird. And it has a little bit of a palette shift now.
Firebird got its new apparel.
What kind of palette shift?
I don't know if it'll
Purple.
let me. Yeah, purple. I can see if I can. I don't know if it'll let me drag it on. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. Maybe?
My tracker.
Oh, it's on the Ashmane Okaria map.
It's huge. It's
massive.
eighth of the city.
It's Wings Embrace, planning to go up against the dragon.
It's Briora sized. All right, send it off.
Yeah, I'll just direct it to go ahead and head to the Aesopus Monastery and see if it can find Lonan, and then to meet us at the Oracle. Go there first. If not, then the Church of the Molten Furnace, and if not, then the Adventurers Guild. Kind of give it a directions itinerary.
All right, so sending off the Firebird. You guys get back on the. Oh, can't hear you, Silenus. You're muted.
Don't we need to go to the Adventurers Guild before we can even see the Oracle?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I am suspecting that it is best for my Firebird to go in an opposite order than where we're supposed to be going, and therefore, hopefully, we can go ahead and sync up a little bit. But knowing us, we might take a detour to Destiny Springs. I don't know. And Zedri tries to laugh, but it's extremely uncomfortable because he knows the realness in that statement.
Yeah, let's
Are you
try
okay?
to take as few detours as possible today.
It do sound very on edge, Zedri.
We have historically gotten extremely distracted before, and I really want you all to be able to visit the Oracle if that's what you need. So.
Well, I mean, all right, yes. So, let me make sure that you're okay.
Me, I'm perfectly fine. And Zedri will put his head down, look towards the ground, and walk off towards Merchant's Way.
Alfred will insight check him,
Ah!
of all people.
All right, Zedger used the tower for yours.
I think if
Poor
someone wants.
Zedri.
Oh,
Oh.
Alfred, I'll message you.
Ooh.
Who knows?
This
Aw.
is
That's not what I expect from a 9.
yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Alfred's gonna like catch up to Zedri a little and like put a hand on his shoulder and go, Zedri? He's gonna like try and like make eye contact with him. He'll like duck underneath him.
Zedri will sigh. Alfred is relentless. Yes.
You're not okay.
Sure. No, I'm not. But there's just so much that we need to resolve, and oh my goodness, we could have just sat in the inn for like 30 minutes eating, and I'm glad that we got out of there, and I just feel a little bit of anxiety.
Okay. I think I understand. If you don't want to talk about it right now, then later tonight, maybe
That would be extremely nice. And when
we'll
we
get everything together.
yeah, when we take the trip to the church, I'd very much like to go with you too.
Yeah, we'll get everything done today. We'll have a nice relaxing time and then we can figure things out.
Zedri's just fully head up, like eye contact with Alfred now. But yeah, I'll lead the way to the Adventurers Guild.
All right. Feel free to interrupt me if any of you have any other conversations on your trip, but otherwise, make your way halfway across town to Merchant's Way that you visited before, some more recent than others. Arriving at the Adventurers Guild, which you've visited, I believe, twice at this point. Once to deal with they don't know who you are, and the second to obtain the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And arriving at the quite impressive structure that is the Heroes of East Shore Guild Hall. The grand and inviting blend of local stone and imported wood, and statues framing the doorway as you step up. And I believe all of you have been here before, but I don't know if I described it before. There is an etching up above the door with an inscribed phrase, presumably the motto of the Heroes of East Shore, sitting below their emblem being somewhere in my notes here. Why am I not? Blue seahorse riding crests of blue waves on a black standard, and the phrase written below it, inscribed below it: "Over the waves of valor we sail as one." And finding your way to this familiar building. If nobody has anything to interrupt, Cecil, you guys are arriving at the guild hall. Catch sight of down the street is the establishment you visited the night before. Fairly quiet.
Oh, I bet it is. That's okay.
Do y'all enter the guild hall?
Is there anybody outside the guild hall?
No real activity outside, no.
Then hell yeah, we're making an entrance. We're walking in that bitch. We
Do we want to
gotta
make sure we get the same lady as last time?
yeah, what was her name? I'm better with faces. I don't think it'll be a problem. Kiesel walks in.
Okay. Entering the guild hall, you're immediately faced with the intimidating front desk that vexed you so well on your first visit. But fortunately enough, as you approach the front desk, you're greeted by a handsome young human male, not the persnickety female that was so much trouble for you their first visit. Light yellowish brown hair, neatly parted, almost in symmetry with the suit he's wearing, very finely pressed, and gray eyes taking in each of you as he surveys the group before just politely saying, let me guess, Sybil Spear?
Yes.
Yeah, we've been
Yes.
expecting you.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Your friend, fellow guild member Lonan was here last night. She expected you to be not far after her. Anyway, Brian has gotten everything taken care of. Payments all set up. Just need to see your papers and we can get everything settled.
Indeed, the papers. DM, what papers is he talking about?
That would
Or
be
or
your
registration papers.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, the papers, the papers. I'll turn to Silenus. Do you have the papers?
Alfred has the Heroes of Eshore ID,
He does.
so which he will walk up, adjust the amulet that's sitting on his neck now, and hold it up to the guild member and say, this suffices, correct? Or do you need
Yes,
actual
splendid.
papers?
That'll be good. Yep. So just need you to sign here, acknowledging receipt, and then he goes and places a heavy bag of coins on the counter.
Do I sign as Sybil Spear, or do I sign my name as a party member of...
We have your whole roster, so if you just sign as representative leader.
Okay, thank you. Alfred A. Yikes.
He has led us through many victories.
I'm sure. You guys are
Brave
very
and
well
valiant
renowned.
leader.
Don't recall there
stand up
being
straight.
a female member. Are you a new addition, or we can get you signed up as well?
No, I'm just an acquaintance. They're going to see me off later today, so I'm just joining them.
She's been a valued scribe in recording on information, so there's no mishaps or anything.
Oh, that's splendid. You could probably get some work here if you're good with recording tales and whatnot. A few of the heroes really like to have their adventures chronicled.
Really? Do you have a guild hall in Six Bells?
No, we are an East Shore exclusive.
Oh.
But, if you find yourself back in the area, definitely can find some work.
Will do. I'm always good to find new stories.
I'm really sorry to interrupt, but if the group was looking for a sponsorship for the Oracle, how would one go about getting that from the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, that's not a problem. This comes up quite often. Yep, here. Goes and pulls out a form, just like this is a regular routine deal. Opens a folder, grabs this form. It's like, just a second, I'll get this over to the guildmaster. I'll be right back. Get this all signed and stamped for you and get you on your way.
Oh, well, that was. He kind of turns and look at the rest of the group. That was a lot less
Don't say
a
it.
lot
Don't
easier
say
than I
it.
thought it was going to
Don't
be.
say
Oh,
said it.
Zedri's
I'll
gonna
turn.
slam his
I'll-
hand on the table.
I think
Go ahead.
I think somebody either got fired or chewed out the way they're treating us now. Which I mean, I could get used to, but we're not gonna be here for much longer.
Well, I mean, this is Zedri's home, so we have a good possibility of coming back.
Is it true?
It would be nice to bring you all back specifically for one of the holidays that we have here. The banket's really nice.
What was that? What
A
was that one
holiday?
about the portraits?
Yeah, that's the banquet of shadows that we have. But that's a little bit later in the year.
Is that your favorite, or do you like any holiday more?
I think that my favorite is probably whenever we do the memorial prayer. We get to go ahead and do all sorts of activities to kind of in reverence of this miracle that was received a long time ago. And it's really nice, even though there's a lot of swimming, which I'm not a big fan of, but I support from the shore,
Yeah, it's good that the community can all get together, even if no one likes swimming.
Yeah.
Your aunt
Just
mentioned
sharing
that
this
there was another
conversation,
holiday.
your individual comes walking back to the counter. Go ahead and finish, Silenus.
But is your aunt mentioned that there was another holiday coming up here pretty soon, right?
Zedri winces as Silenus mentions that. Yeah, no, there is. My least favorite.
Oh,
And which one would that be?
Spring Fair.
Oh yes, it's where they find. It's like a marriage thing too, right?
The matchmaking is so intense over the course of the 3 weeks.
Is it serious?
3 weeks.
Is it
3 weeks.
Yes.
Is it like a serious thing, or could I come back on like a vacation or holiday and have a nice time here for 3 weeks? Or is it like a serious like commitment type thing?
It's a pretty big thing. The majority of like weddings and proposals that we have in Ashmane happen during it.
I would not like to be on holiday when that happens then.
Oh no,
Reason
crash!
for-
Just crash some weddings.
More reason to get out of town as quickly as possible.
Ooh, crashing weddings. Now I would like to be on holiday for that. Ooh.
We're not staying here much longer, right?
No. We
Okay.
aren't.
I think that makes a very good reason not to. Well, you don't want to get married, Zedri.
It's in 2 weeks' time. So no, I would rather not be here whenever Spring Fair happens.
I know. Percy, are you offering?
Why not?
Percy, do you have any?
She's gonna push Zedri's shoulder like playfully.
Oh,
Do
we
you
all
have-
have good set spells, don't we?
I mean, yeah. Do you have any friends? I mean,
Do you mean friends or do you mean friends?
it's like friends.
Do you
Wait,
have friends too?
Can you elaborate on why you're asking if I have friends or not? Because I do have friends. I have plenty of friends.
I mean, we're all friends, right? But if Zedri gets married, then do you have friends? We could all get married. We could all use it as like a tax write-off or something. Can't build an empire without bricks, please.
am I lost? Did friends lose its meaning?
No, there's just a higher meaning.
Sometimes, Alfred, when you're in a public conversation and people are asking about your certain closeness with other individuals, they might just put some extra emphasis on the word friends. And it adds a little extra meaning to it.
Okay, I understand that.
Sorry, interrupting. Here's your form. He's been standing here for like 3 minutes, just like waiting.
Snatch it! Snatch it!
Yeah, Alfred's gonna he's gonna turn to Zedri. I guess now has the paper. Uh, what 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 do they mean by friends?
I think that the meaning got extremely convoluted throughout that entire interaction. I truly don't know. I couldn't even follow all of the innuendos.
Okay.
It means that when Zedri and Percy get married, he's going to have a lot of friends. Because she has a lot of friends.
Your friend
Right.
turned to the guy at the counter. We'll invite you to the wedding.
The multiple
People-
weddings.
People meet
And
other people and they become
Splendid.
friends.
Do you need anything else?
No, I think would actually, if
You
you
know any
don't
wedding
mind,
planners?
What?
If you don't mind, actually, our friend's guild member, Lonin, did she say where she was going? I think she might have been expecting us here. Did she leave? Did she tell you, oh, if they come by, I'll be somewhere? Or did she not really make an exit? Did she just kind of leave?
No, let me just check here. Flipping
Didn't
page back in the
she-
book, ledger in front of him. It's like, she got some healing from the healer here, and then she turned down the offer of a place to reside for the night. So, no, I don't have any record of where she's staying.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she say she was going to the Aesopus Monastery?
She did.
She did.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or not. I mean, she could have been there for the night, then came here, then fucked off somewhere else.
I don't think that she just left. That'd be pretty fucked if she did.
She said she was checking on a patient or something.
Like a doctor?
I mean, we don't really know anything about her. We don't know if she's skilled in that way.
You said that Lonin
Well-
was a registered guild member here?
She actually just became registered last night. She had taken on her initiation mission. According to the records here, it looks like you saved her from her unfortunate results of her initiation mission.
Oof, setting the bar. Yikes.
So does that mean
Well, I'm glad.
did she register under a specific group name?
No, she is registered as a lone member. A lot of solo members here. Pick on missions together, switching, each week. Just depends.
I mean, that must be nice. You get to meet new people and have a varied skill set.
Yeah, to teach their own.
Anyways, thank you for your time. We should be getting
Yes.
going now.
Oh, sorry. Could you? I just have one more question. How
Oh.
did the rust scarab infestation get taken care of? I know, our friends, the Flames of Ursilia, were potentially looking into that.
Oh, yeah, that was settled days ago. It wasn't a problem. Pretty quickly dealt with, and I believe they did take off. I don't see any notes for you as friends.
Oh, it's all right. Thank you. Again for all of your help.
Oh, not a problem. She like slides the bag of money over like a couple more inches.
Your friend will
Don't
grab
forget
it.
your belongings. Happy adventuring.
Yes, and congratulations on getting married in 3 weeks.
We'll see you at the wedding.
What?
We just walked out.
I love this because this form that we needed for it, are we supposed to take it to the Oracle, or do we need to sign off on it and submit it to the adventuring guilds?
We'll walk out the building,
you look-
and Alfred will turn to Zedri and say, "What does the form actually say?"
I don't know. And Sentry will read it. What is the form for?
It specifically says that the heroes of East Shore hereby acknowledges and recognizes Cybil's spear as an endorsed hero of the city and unofficial citizens of Ashmane.
Heroes of
Ah,
the
so that's how they do
city.
it.
I'm from Ashmane now.
Unofficially,
Unofficially.
yes.
Well, fuck going back to Tellurria. I can just live here now. That's great.
We bought the house.
Could we buy a house here?
You know, we could really start investing in real estate. It's a very,
I was
very
about to
good
say,
market.
you could get into renting out properties, and you could make a lot of money with that.
You know, all those Radins that dropped off those ton of berries, we could go back to Swornstein and take materials to bring back here, build a house ourselves.
I don't want to go back to Swansteed personally.
Yeah, that.
It is a lot of good materials, though.
Reminding all of you that you are standing in while the rain stopped, it is the perpetual ashfall of this city that takes some getting used to.
You know, Zedri, as much as I do understand that Ashmane is your home, and it's a city of its own charms, I personally don't think I could settle here permanently. I might have to call off our wedding.
I appreciate all of the jokes and things, but the amount of times that my mother has actually tried to matchmake me with somebody else, and this they have this thing where you're just brought into a tavern and you have to go to all of these different tables and like meet all of these new people over and over and over again. And it's
Do they give you like a sand timer so it's within like 60 or 90 seconds?
they make you write your name on a piece of paper and like clip it to yourself whenever you go and sit with people. It's honestly a nightmare, and
Oh my god.
Zedri, how young were you when you first started doing this?
It was a few years ago. But I've never really taken to the ceremony of Spring Fair, and maybe if I ended up happening to head over toward the Water Gardens or over to the Aesopus with Xanathe for a 3-week vacation, that's normally how I escape Spring Fair.
You know what I would like to try, actually? Come to Spring Fair.
I'd love to.
Do the whole thing. See how many proposals you end up with at the end of it. I would love that. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, I racked up 5. Oh, I racked up 14.
Yes, just try to get a bunch of proposals as an outsider and then fuck off.
And then have an angry mob.
Make it a
of
competition.
people.
Yes! Oh, we should do that.
We need to come back in 3 weeks.
As long as you promise me that one of the people that you go ahead and get a proposal from is not a Redis. Those people you do not want to mess with.
Well, what if it's like your cousin actually? Well, I don't. Yeah, what if it's somebody you're related to?
I don't know who they are.
Zedri's looking around to make sure that there's nobody kind of like looking. There's no Tivoli, there's no Firehearts with freaking notebooks writing down notes of what we're talking about.
I
Let's
assume
just
we're
talk
walking
and
towards
walk
the
people.
Oracle right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume we're moving.
Alfred's opened the bag of holding for Yofrigir to deposit the extra. How much did we get?
You want to count it?
Oh yeah, how much did we get?
On the way, sure. No.
I'll be putting
You
it
get it
in
one by
at a
one.
time.
Count,
Yeah.
drop in the bag of holding, count the bag of holding.
Yeah, just as we're walking, we're counting it.
No, drop the whole bag in, please. If we have to look individually for each individual gold from the bag of holding.
Oh no! Stop him! No, this is.
Well, could you just like reach in and like see like handful of gold coins and then?
Maybe it works like that.
We do still have We do still have a number of things from from Sydney that we need to identify.
Yeah, I've started on that.
Uh,
We just need to
Holy
sit down
shit,
for
we
more
have-
than 10 minutes.
we have 5. Did you know we have 5,000 gold in the bag of holding?
We do?
We do.
Wow, I'm not broke.
Not gold, silver. We have
Oh.
5,000 silver.
Wait, is there anybody actually taking a true ledger as to what exactly the contents in the bag are? Zidri kind of looks towards Alfred. You've been putting all of that inside of the bag. Have you been tracking it?
Yeah.
Insight check. He was very surprised by the amount of silver we have. Zidri squints his eyes just the tiniest bit.
Alfred in the tower. Ooh, 21 on the insight.
Oh my.
Ooh.
You're kidding me.
Oh. Dirty 20. Not quite enough to hold up. Alfred is deceiving you.
Yeah.
Attempting to deceive you.
Zedri's gonna open up his notebook and he's just gonna go ahead and start like making lines across to go ahead and do a line itemed kind of inventory of what exactly it is that we've been garnering. There might be a dead body in there, who knows, if we're keeping track.
There might be.
Okay, so are you inventorying all the stuff that was collected?
Zedri's prepping, kind of almost like a table of contents. So he's not going to fill it out right now. But Alfred has the necklace on?
Yeah.
Okay. Zedri's going to go ahead and like look at Alfred. He's just making the lines. He finishes making some. He makes another column. He makes another column just for safety and then looks over at Alfred. Would Zedri spy it just by looking?
It's not hidden per se.
What necklace is this?
The necklace we got off of Sydney.
The necklace, yeah.
The amulet.
Well, I don't know that anybody's seen what you took off of Sydney, because you took those 2 items on your own.
Yeah, actually. But I did sit down and identify the amulet in front of them at the table.
True.
So they would have seen that I had this amulet. They wouldn't have known where from.
Here's a quick question. Where's the eye?
Of Infernus?
Yeah.
Like on my person?
Like, is it on you? I just was checking, because I've had the effects on you,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if you're wearing it or not.
I'm attuned to it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see it in your inventory. I don't know how I missed it the first time. So anyway, yeah, so you'd have 2 necklaces on, technically. A new
Yeah,
one and
you're
an
right.
old one. Describe the
I-
necklace. You have a description there, Alfred.
I get to describe it?
I'm pretty sure you have the nice little summary on it, on what it looks like. So it'd just be that notes portion.
Yeah, yeah.
So just be that thing at the top.
Okay. Oh, it's like a general note of like how
Yeah,
it's
it's
supposed
what
to
you
look.
see without identifying it. So
Okay. You'll. Can I ask what god might have been in the iconography of it? What Sydney might have like made it of?
oh, don't worry about that part at the bottom. That's the description of what holy symbol is, but that's not. I don't know why the Dungeons Master's Guide attaches that in Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
That part doesn't really matter. So
wait, I'm confused. Are you wanting me to
So
describe
it's
what
just
it looks
the,
like, or
the finely
what the
crafted
effect?
amulet inlaid with precious stones with a silver chain.
Oh, okay.
But specifically how that looks is up to you.
Yeah, it's a solid silver chain. Like very fine links of chain woven together. And then at the bottom it's like a diamond shape, but with a sort of black crystal in the center. And then it's surrounded the actual holster of the gem is also silver. It's like a full silver and then a black on in the inside.
Yeah, Zedri
Alfred's got blank.
will just pause, point out the quill, and you got that too?
Yes.
Okay. Zedri just writing it down.
Are you making an inventory now?
Yeah, I think I have enough lines, and Zedri will hold out. He has like 20 lines on one side of the page and 20 lines on the other, with little tiny blinks, almost kind of like what we have for our inventory sheets. He has a place to go ahead and put like quantity of items and things like that. And he's made just 3 distinct columns, like item, cost ? And then he crossed out a third one. It looks like it's been scribbled out, and he says, "Who has?"
Okay, so the items you took when looting Sydney's house, are they in your bag of holding, Zedri, or Alfred's bag of holding?
Alfred's.
Okay. I will put them in.
And also, did Jofreder ever give back the goggles of the night, or is he still holding on to them?
I would have given them back.
Okay, so they'd be in the bag of holding as well.
Okay, I'm just dragging them into your inventory if you want to type bag of holding so they go where they're supposed to go. And you can describe them as you're putting them in the bag of holding. You can give the descriptions to Zedri if you so choose.
Yeah, there's this small mirror. It's got like a dragon carved in the wood around the sides here.
You don't have to actually say it all out loud if you want, because it's all in the
it's
in
gonna
the
be so
activity
much.
sheet. So
When we hear like for 15 minutes of me just going, yeah, no, it looks pretty good.
for whatever reason, it does the 2 as just being unidentified items, but I don't know why it did that. Huh.
Inventory management session.
Yeah,
It's
we're
almost
probably
as fun as a shopping spree.
we're probably approaching the Oracle at this point, guys. It's all
Yeah.
we haven't even started walking. We're just doing inventory on the ground outside the Adventurers Guild.
It was established you were walking, so
Yeah, we're walking.
No, we were walking. We were walking and
all
talking.
right. You've passed through a couple districts heading out of Merchant's Way, attracting a little bit of attention as you're taking item by item and inventorying them as you walk down the street. Some of them looking quite valuable, but seeing the size of your group, nobody tends to make any movements towards you in any efforts to see the items closer or maybe abscond with them. And eventually, you find yourself in close proximity to the giant 200-foot tall Briora statue that presides over Briora's gardens. And stepping into the Briora's gardens district, you're the hustle and bustle and noise of the city kind of just fades away as you step through the walls into a very tranquil and reverent atmosphere. That the sound is it's almost like the white noise, pink noise type, drowning out everything else from the waterfalls coming off Briora's hands falling into the pools is just kind of like drowning out all the outside sound and providing this just quiet, contemplative environment, as opposed to the ash rot portions. I don't know, ash rot's not a good way to put it, since that was our disease. As opposed to all the areas that have the raining ash, Briora's Gardens do not have any raining ash. It is shielded from it in some magical way, presumably. And inside, you see much lusher, fresh, green vegetation throughout. A very honestly, if there was a place in Ashmane you'd want to live, this would be it. But you quickly observe there is no housing units here. You see what you presume to be the cleric academy that has been referenced before, off to the south of Briora's Gardens, and to the north there is a temple of Briora based off of the iconography that you can see outside, fountains and the water leading up towards the Briora statue as shown on the map. I can, if anybody does not have that open, I can share that over quick. Not the map that's got a giant firebird on it, but the rest of the regular map. Yeah, and your gaze is drawn towards your intended destination. Right between the two hands of Briora sits a very tall, about halfway up to the top of the Briora statue, so about 100 feet tall, is this ivory tower that you have been directed to as being this is the Tower of the Oracle. And as you make your way over, getting closer and closer to the loud sounds of the waterfalls pouring off of Briora's hands, water flowing down from presumably some sort of water source built in, coming from the Rider Mountains that are at Briora's back, and taking in the closest view you've had of this statue of Briora, this very imposing image as you are down below her looking up at the sea goddess with her typical depiction of in a sort of bikini top wrap that wraps up around her neck, revealing her figure, which is very muscular, very strong, a swimmer vibes coming off of her, and her hair pulled back, elven ears, and a very familiar necklace at her neck, especially familiar to one of you, Cedric. And as you get to the base of the tower, you observe two guards standing there in fairly ineffective outfits for anybody attending to be a guard. Very ceremonial, long flowing robes that would not function very well, but still very imposing looking guards. They are large, dwarven figures with these flowing robes with different iconography from Briora's, the familiar seahorses that you've seen in lots of different places. There's actually tentacles that wrap around this long, I can't think of the word. The vestments that hang down on each side have just like this tentacle wrap that goes down through it, woven into the design. And as you approach, they take their pikes, pulling them back and opening way to the entrance to the Oracle's Tower. As you enter the Oracle's Ivory Tower, with the permission of the Guardian Clerics outside, echo of your footfalls on the stone floor reverberating softly in the air as you enter this big, just massive chamber. The large cylinder base of the Ivory Tower, straight in front of you, sort of quarter circle stone desk with a older merfolk woman sitting at it, working on something. Looking off to your right, there is a large stone staircase that starts to spiral on the outside. The wall contained within the tower, but along that outside wall going up, and nothing else down in this chamber. The air's got a hint of earthiness, stone and earth that's been used to put this thing together. Kind of just carries that scent, despite the fact that this tower is significantly old. And there's a faint aroma of salt water permeating the space, even though you didn't really catch that from anything outside, so it's not like you're picking up the brine of the sea. It's just soft, ethereal light spilling from ornate sconces that are affixed to the walls around, and it's got a very open and expansive feel, but the stone also, you almost feel, you take in the expanse, but then almost feel enclosed and trapped. Um, you can catch a few glimpses out the few windows that you can see of the statue of Briora kind of imposing over top of this, catching sight of some of the waterfalls to each side, and the distant rustling of parchment coming from this quarter circle desk, drawing your attention to the older merfolk woman seated behind. Her presence definitely contrasting with the grandeur of the surroundings. She sits there, musty aroma of old paper and leather coming from her desk, mixed with a faint hint of ink. She's, as described, in her later years, gray eyes peering through a pair of glasses that rest perched on her nose, just like right down at the end of her nose. Short purple hair, neatly cut, contrasting with her dark bluish gray skin. Subtle hint of a fishy aroma clinging to her. Despite the air of weariness that surrounds her, she appears very prim and proper in her attire, reflecting her role in this sacred place. Subtle elegance, evident in the jewelry that she wears. Lost in thought, yet maintaining a sense of order, the clerk's tired eyes occasionally flicker upwards towards you as her quill dances across the parchment in front of her. She is clearly deeply engrossed in her work, her attention divided between her thoughts and the task at hand, and her strict demeanor is evident, reflecting some sense of responsibility as you approach the desk. She continues to work without looking up.
Alfred will walk up. Excuse me? I'm sorry to bother. Do you have a moment?
Scratching of her quill and the rustle of the parchment just continues unabated as she gives no reaction to your approach.
Alfred will wait a second and then he'll look back towards the rest of the group and then look back towards her. We're here to see the Oracle. Do we just go up the stairs?
Still no response.
Zedri will approach, kind of walk beside Alfred, like shoulder to shoulder, and just say, am I to understand that, you are the Oracle?
You get a small smirk go across her face, but she still doesn't look up.
I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this. Zedri will say to Alfred and turn back towards the others.
This is the paper.
Insight check.
You want to insight the smirk?
Yes.
All right.
Smirk check.
Nat 20.
Ah, the word useless nat 20.
She clearly finds it amusing that someone would express that she's the Oracle.
Should we say we have an appointment, or...
I would just head up the stairs.
No, fuck it, I guess this is the receptionist.
Or
Give her the
maybe
paper.
show her the
Try
endorsement.
at least try that first.
Zedri will
Yes.
set the paper down. Yeah. Looking at her desk, she has parchments kind of spread about. He'll make sure to find a blank spot to go ahead and put it down because he doesn't want to interrupt any of her work.
She goes and she reaches out a hand towards the paper you've laid down and slides it back towards you. No visitors on the schedule for today.
Oh, can we make an appointment?
Are you residents of Ashmane?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
yes.
Honorarily.
All right. I suppose I could fit you in sometime in Ernmon or late.
If Alfred was holding a drink, he would spit it out.
Kiso lean into Percy. At least it's not a decade from now.
Miss, I understand that there's much going on, and the Oracle is very busy individuals. As it is obvious, you are as well. But there is some urgent business that my friends here are needing to ask about. Is there any way that timetable could be moved up? You said there's no visitors today. Why could they not fill a spot today?
It would just take a moment. I promise you, it's really, really important.
Well, I'm sure she everyone who comes in thinks that what they need is important.
Everyone thinks that their appointment is so very necessary. And while the Oracle takes them all very seriously and will make time for all of them in due time, she has a very busy schedule. And while there are no appointments today, today is reserved for her meditation and communing with the goddess. But I will take down your information. If you would like to make a future appointment, I will need your names, occupations, and places of birth, please.
Okay, right. My name is Alfred Yates. I'm an artificer, from Eagle Fall.
Excuse me, I believe I asked if you were residents of Ashmane.
Did you see the
confusing in that statement?
No, you would not.
Did you look?
Right, we have.
Did you see the paper that we have?
She has not looked up this whole time. She has just been talking and continuing to write. She goes, slides the paper. Oh, suppose. With this, I might be able to fit you in. I will have to consult with the Oracle, but I will still need your information. So please, names, occupations, places of birth.
If you truly
Of course,
want...
we are. We are so very grateful for your assistance.
She looks up at you, Alfred. Again, well,
Oh, yes, Alfred Yates. I'm an artificer. I'm from
you
Eagle
spell the
Fall.
last, please.
Yates. Yeightts.
Yes, an artificer from Eagle Fall. Okay. Is that Eagle Fall Baral?
Correct.
All right, very well. Looking to whoever's next in line. I believe Zedri, you were standing next to him.
Yeah, Zedri will stand there and say, I understand that honorary citizenship is one thing, but I was born here in Dragon's Gate, Zedri Cicatrius, and my job is as an adventurer.
And whoever's next.
Silenus, Wintergrove, from
Occupation?
adventurer,
Oh, okay. Place of birth?
Portsmouth, Telluria.
Next.
Your will step up. Ilfrider Torstenson. I'm the party took. I'm from Torsland.
Next. I'm sorry, was something funny?
An inside joke, if you will.
And you are?
Percy Cassius.
Occupation?
Storyteller.
Place of birth?
Halmar Avaria.
And you, with a little bit more disdain towards the chucklehead.
My name is Kiesel.
Occupation?
Mercenary?
Place of birth?
Telluria.
Place of birth? I mean,
And a
wildlands, of
and a
course,
barn?
then I don't need... a fine barn in Telluria. Let anybody into the heroes these days.
It's not what's on the outside or what you're born into. It's what you make of it. And all that paperwork on your desk.
All right, very
Silenus will
well.
just gently put a hand on his arm.
And I'm sure that everybody feels like they're very important. I mean, this is a big deal. But does anybody ever come here with existentialism? Something that could have the balance of fates or something or another on the line. I'm sure,
You're,
you know, somebody
asking
comes
this
in.
question and looking forward, you see her eyes have gone white and she's just staring off into space.
Ah, fuck. She ain't listening.
Her eyes blink, her pupils return. Very well then, things seem to be in order. Proceed up the stairs. Don't run. All weapons need to be left here at the entrance. Any weapons that are taken through, we will know, and you will be promptly dismissed from the tower. When you reach the chamber, knock 6 times, no more, no less. Upon the 6th knock, you will be allowed entry. Enjoy your visit to the Oracle.
Yes, ma'am.
We leave them with you or at the...
In the bin at the stairs, please.
Ah, of course, the bin. My apologies.
Everyone is so organized.
It's almost to a fault.
Yeah.
Your will unstrap his javelins and his axe and place them in the bin.
Kiesel will toss in the glaive. I guess the shield counts as a weapon that he still carries with him. His 2 or 3 javelins, not a whole lot left. And the 1 dagger he still has. I'll turn to Yofridir. If these things will count as weapons, I guess we have to take our arms off too, huh?
One point of order. Again, don't run 6 times on the knocking. And magical items are considered weapons within the houses of the Oracle, so please leave all magical items behind.
Your person take off his ring and his cloak.
Yes,
Oh.
ma'am.
Do you
Alfred's
count
gonna
my
take off
loot
his
as a
armor.
weapon?
If it is magically enchanted, then yes.
Okay.
This includes arcane focuses, focuses, and the bags, the weapons, the shields, your cloak.
Yes, ma'am.
Kiesel takes off his cloak in many fashions. And the breastplate's just a regular breastplate. I'll take off the brooch of shielding that was holding it as well. Fuck it. Take off the breastplate while we're at it too, if I don't remember. Can't be too short.
Silenus will, in a nice, neat little bundle, have his book and his focus, his kind of chunk of raw opal set in stone, and then reaching to what you guys don't see, it's like a bare finger pulls off a ring, sets it on top as well.
Yes. So yes, plural of focus is either foci or focuses.
Pokey.
Zedri will go ahead and he will take his staff and put it inside of the bin. He'll take his hand mirror. He'll go ahead and put that in the bin. He'll put the entire bag of holding, and then he'll go ahead and think for a second, reach in and grab out the potter's tools that he has, since they are pretty sharp implements, and he'll go ahead and set those in the bin as well.
Verbal policy with his backpack, his bag of holding, his scimitar. He's got a random crossbow that he keeps on his side. His thieves' tools, I guess, since he would have looked at Zedri putting his other tools away. I think that counts.
Yerfer's gonna put his mess kit because it's had a fork in there, and he's gonna take off his necklace that has the bear claws and the dragon talon.
Yeah, 2 necklaces also have to come off. And a ring. The Pearl of Power.
Percy will put down her crossbow, her short sword, her wind fan. She'll put down her tinker's tools. She'll hold bottom. Give him a kiss on the head before putting him down. Onward.
Watching you guys unload your 6 magic items, Alcinous sadly pulls off his ring.
All right. Everybody unloaded and heading upstairs?
Yeah, Alfred's
All right.
not
Point
with
of
his armor.
clarification. Has anybody retained anything that would be contraband at this point?
I went so far as to take off a non-magical piece of armor.
Presuming that you didn't, I'm just asking. So,
Yeah, if we missed anything, it
if
was
the intent was to
unintentional.
remove it, then we will consider it removed. I'm not going to go through each of your inventory to comb to make sure. Oh, nope, you left a fork, Mr.
You
Mess.
better believe that I did go and unequip everything, though.
Way to go. Good job. All right, you start heading up the stairs. The long journey, as you know how tall this tower is. You saw how tall this tower is. You up the winding staircase. A lot of time to converse or reflect on what you might be asking, what questions you might have for each other as you head up. So, any discussions you guys have as you head up, I will leave that to you. Before, then you guys just let me know when you're there.
I actually have a question because I was the last one to give her attitude. That look behind the eyes where it's like all white and she kind of zones out for a second, would that have been familiar to what Silenus does when he either sends a message or goes into Galfrank?
It's similar.
Similar. Okay. I'll lean into Silenus and be like, as you told me to be careful, it sounds like she got word from her boss to let us in. Some sort of message.
Well, I think we should be exceedingly polite, considering the Oracle is seeing us on what is presumably her day off.
I mean, yeah, I don't like working on my days off either. I was going to grandstand a bit and make a point about, DREAMS, but I guess she might have gotten the memo before I told it to her.
It's not, unless that is what you're asking the Oracle. I would not bring it up.
Which, I guess, speaking of, I don't want to turn to everybody. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about?
I mean, I know what Alfred is asking. What are you all asking? I don't have a question, actually. I didn't even think I'd make it this far.
Oh, well, then I'd start studying and maybe think of something quick. No way used to squander an opportunity like this.
Do you want to ask, Percy, would you want to ask about your mother? Or about your former boss? Father figure? Imprisoner? Employer? I don't really know what your relationship with
He's a complicated
is.
figure. I suppose I could ask what it will take to get my mother away from Lord Orsino. It's like a waste, though, almost. It's like you're talking to someone who can tell you... Wait, what does the Oracle tell you? I am so unclear on what we're doing. I've just talked myself into this situation.
Oracle answers questions. And what would be your most burning question?
Fair enough. I'd be how to help my mother. What about you, Silenus? What are you asking?
I need to figure out a way to get back in contact with Aurora. Haven't heard anything in months, which is unusual and a little bit concerning. Because kind of dropped off contact between the Dreamers Tavern.
Linus, are you alright?
Yes.
Insight check?
There's absolutely no reason for you all to be worrying about me.
Oh yeah, with a
Kiesel's
statement
gonna
like that,
insult
you.
Zedri's
Oh, no,
gonna
yeah.
insult too.
With that, yeah.
So is you for there.
Just
Team
scream
insight.
it, why don't you?
I mean,
Well, you
Silenus,
uncover the tower, I guess.
Yep.
I can't imagine what it would be like to lose my connection with Infernus.
Well, you know how what my relationship with Aurora is.
Well, I don't.
Hopefully, I can remedy that.
Silenus
Please.
is fine, all you fuckers. He rolled a 25.
Oh,
Damn, we ain't finding shit out.
You are convinced.
Yeah, Freddie, what are you asking?
Well, seems small compared to other things in the world, I suppose, but I'm gonna ask about home.
Not small at all.
Oh, good thing to ask about.
Do any of you require any sorts of privacy whenever you're asking your questions? I know we're probably all going to be in there together, but if you need us to step out for it.
I don't know if you'll be able to step out without re-entry, but I don't know. Part of me thought you'd go into like a waiting room and then we'd go in one by one. I thought that might have been all. I don't know.
We don't know what the power of the Oracle is.
And honestly, I don't know if I'd want to be pulled one by one. Sticking together is kind of the safest thing right now, even if we are talking about the Oracle.
Well, then we're going to learn a lot about each other now more than ever.
Oh,
So,
whatever-
any secrets? I suggest let them out now before someone else does it for you.
Whatever is said, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, I'm with Alfred here. I've nothing to hide.
We all have things that we hide.
I was about to say, those of us staying silent are saying a lot more than the two who've spoken up already.
Well, I may not hide anything from you. I just don't tell the entire story sometimes, perhaps.
Look,
That's not really hiding.
the skeletons might not be on the closet, but they're sure strung out on the floor and gored and decapitated.
And we certainly
There
have
have been a few of those.
skeletons.
I've had some intrusive thoughts since we've taken out Sydney. I'm not gonna lie, but I haven't really acted on any of them. So that's something that I'm working through. I don't know if that's a secret or if that's just a wee bit of mental instability. It's fine.
Is it the intrusive thought of wanting to kill the vampire woman?
That one I already kind of talked through. And Zedru will very much kind of just like eye over to Alfred a little bit. That was my own insecurities, but
Well, I mean, sometimes acting quickly can be very good, but yeah, no, sometimes it's also good to rein it in a little.
That's a very basic way of putting it, but
Well, okay, I'm not the only one that feels how like I don't know, tense.
yeah, these stairs go on for fucking ever.
Yeah, it's like it's almost as if going as a group is just meant to like cause tension or stress.
Are we getting anywhere, or does it feel like the stairs just keep getting longer and longer?
Give me a survival check.
No,
It could be an illusion. That's a serious thing.
oh, that
We
would
can
actually be kind
figure
of
out how
terrifying.
many.
Like
If you
the tower
measure
gets.
how. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the tower's getting longer the more we walk.
We can check how many steps we need to take.
You're
if we know
elevating.
how high each step is.
We're elevating.
We're elevating with a 23. Okay.
Cool. Look, I'm sure everything will be fine. We'll get some world-shattering cosmic information from the questions that pertain to that. We'll find out how Euphrodia's family is. We'll find out how to save my mother. It'll all be fine. It will be quite wonderful. I'm sure.
Zedru will ask what he needs to ask.
And as will Kiesel.
Mine's. There's not really much to hide about it. It's about Xanathy. I know Master Artemis means well, and I know that this is the best care that she can be under, but there has to be something that a direct servant of Briora could do. Though I will say the wording of it's very important, so my mind's kind of running over what'll get us the most information. I would very much urge you to do the same.
What do you mean the wording? Like, is the Oracle someone that will take your question and not answer it if they feel you haven't worded it correctly?
Oh, I don't know, but if I if I ask a simple yes/no question, that seems very limiting versus something where she'd have to respond, even if it's in playful riddles, you know. I just want to get the most out of a once in a lifetime question.
Sure.
Firebrand just
Kiesel, what-
raided with 4 views.
If you
Oh,
had
been rated.
an option, Kiesel, if you had the option to have any question answered.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh,
Oh
thank
shit!
you.
Yo ho ho!
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Thanks for joining.
the people from Torslender are raiding us now.
I must know my people
Firebranders.
need me.
Sorry, I cut you off to welcome the Raiders. So, have you all
Kiesel, if
reached a
you-
conclusion on what you're asking?
No,
If you
because
Okay,
you could-
then continue talking.
if you could ask anything and have it answered, what would be your most burning question?
there's just so many silliness.
I know.
There's
Would you ask about your family? About the woman that you were to protect? Would you ask about the bandits on the road? Would you ask about the dreamer?
no, definitely not. I'm a lot more self-centered than people like to think, to be honest.
Can I just say something, Kiesel? I know that you just said that, but if you're asking something or asking for something that's self-serving, how is it any different than the offer that was put on the table with the dreamer? The speaker? I'm not exactly sure how that works. Most of it's a blur, but I remember that one.
In my notes, I wrote him down as the dickhead. Whoever gives himself such a pompous title like that is certainly is a dickhead. Are we there yet, DM?
Who's leading?
I think it was Alfred. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfred, as this conversation is going on behind you and not necessarily reaching a conclusion, you happen to see the end of your journey up ahead as you can now see a floor up above you. And you emerge up these stone stairs onto a landing where there is a large wooden door, very intricately carved with waves and an impression of the goddess rising out of the waves with her hands outstretched towards you, very similar to the statue outside. As you're taking in the design, it's very captivating, kind of pulls you in to the point where it starts to play tricks with your mind as you feel as if the water is actually moving in the image that is intricately carved here and dripping off of the ends of Briora's hands like the waterfalls outside. As taking in her countenance, she bears a smile that you almost feel like it forms as you're looking at it.
Yeah, Alfred's taking the sight in. He's a little doubled over after making the trek up all the stairs. All right. Well, we made it, everyone. Wow, this is beautiful. Does it look like it moves to you?
No, like how you walk past a painting and its eyes still move type deal.
No. Like, this is different. This is more. I mean, do you not see it?
It's a optical illusion.
I don't think that I would call a Seven of Briora's magical prowess parlor trick or a simple illusion. It's probably an extension of her.
It is also a possibility.
All right. Well, 6 times, right? Alfred will walk
No
up
more,
to the.
no less.
Wait. But before you knock, is this like 6 consecutive knocks, or should we all knock
Once.
Zedri, Silenus, Alfred, Kiesel, Yofredir, Percy?
Or do each of us not 6 times?
I definitely think it's
No,
not that.
not that one.
Because then you end up with 36 knocks. And we're definitely not seeing any. I wouldn't even open my door with 30 knocks.
I'm gonna knock
Kiesel's
6
education
times.
coming through with the 36 knock calculation.
Yeah, brother, that's calculus to these people, dog.
You went to school, so.
That's right.
No fingers.
All right, Alfred's knocking.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Stop.
So I can count.
I know, but sometimes we can get overzealous and excited. I just wanted to make sure that.
As Kiesel is saying this to you, door pops, then slowly opens into the chamber, revealing a darkened entryway that as you step through, do you step through?
Alfred will step through.
Find yourself in a large circular chamber, about 30 feet in width. Only walls of the chamber is the one at your backs as you enter. As everything around the outside is columns and railings of stone. Open air to the outside, revealing a pretty good view of looking straight out at the hands and the waterfalls going off of the top of the hands right outside. Being greeted by that sound of the roaring water coming off the edge of it, actually being able to get a good view from up here of watching the water, how it runs down the arms and out over the hands, in between the fingers down to the ground. And the only thing obscuring your view is some semi-sheer light blue curtains that surround the area, separating you from the columns and the railings on the outside, but they are blowing gently with the light breeze that's going through. Imagining that you are roughly 100 feet up in the air, there is a good amount of wind that passes through here, but it seems calm, just a slight breeze that's going through. But those of you with decently high intelligence scores, Alfred especially, would surmise this is unnatural in its calmness, given the height and given the amount of wind that was already going on down at the ground level. In the center of this room is a small, waist-high pedestal, about 3 feet wide, with a metal basin sitting on it right in the center. The pedestal's sitting in the center of a small pool of water, about 5 feet wide, if you include the pedestal, and 6 inches deep, which keeps the pedestal separated from the floor space of the rest of the chamber. The rest of the chamber is covered in a very plush carpet featuring swirls of blues and greens, which extend out from the pool about 20 feet, leaving a small bit of stone flooring between you and the carpeted area. And you pick up the distinct smells of spices and incense, observing several sensors that are on the columns on the outside, emitting a small amount of smoke, and also carrying that fragrance with it. And at the far side of the room, opposite from you, one of the curtains pulls back as a beautiful young merfolk woman emerges, her gray-green skin complemented by her long flowing blue hair, draws you in as you are immediately struck by her beauty and her scant clothing, reminiscent of the attire of the goddess depicted in the statue. Her breasts covered by a dark blue cloth top nestled below a familiar-looking necklace with a large blue-green gemstone at its heart. A yellow belt holding together holding tight her flowing 3/4 length matching blue skirt. which, as she moves, reveals that her long legs, adorned with the customary fins of her race. As you're drawn into this beautiful figure, you're eventually struck with a moment of shame, given the holy position of this woman and kind of this imposition of just seeing her as a beautiful being and not as the holy being that she is. But your eyes are just drawn back to her and her light blue ocean eyes, conveying a sense of peace and acceptance, nothing of judgment. As she motions for you to remove your shoes and walk onto the carpeted area before motioning for you to sit.
Gopher will take his boots off and go sit down.
Percy will follow suit.
And we'll Kiesel.
Cedric will immediately.
Silenus will kind of look down at his feet.
I don't have shoes.
I was just thinking that.
And he'll very quietly, quickly cast prestidigitation on his feet so he doesn't track any dirt on.
Or we'll follow after Silenus and take off his shoes.
Cannon party toes.
I've been waiting for you. It's taken you a bit longer to get here than I expected.
It was a long walk up the tower.
We weren't expecting quite so many stairs.
She smiles. Very genuine smile. Do you wish answers? All of you?
If you would be so generous.
We've had a lot to think about.
She kind of just looks over each one of you, attempting to gauge whether you wish the audience or not. We'll just go down the line. Cedric?
Yes.
Silenus?
Yes.
Alfred?
Indeed.
Kiesel?
Yes.
Jofridir?
Yeah, you chose everyone here.
Percy?
Oh.
Okay, before I say anything else, just a point of clarification. You said no, right?
Percy doesn't want an audience. That was the question.
Well, an audience with the Oracle or an audience...
She doesn't want the other people. Is that... I'm really confused.
Fair.
Oh, phone a friend!
Yeah.
Well, me asking each one of you was not asking you to, like... She's not asking you. She is surveying your face and attempting to gauge whether you do or not.
Okay.
This is basically, do you want answers?
Okay, that's what the... I was confused by the wording. I'm sorry.
I thought it meant
As
like all
dang
of us
oracles.
present.
Yeah.
Public or private?
Yeah.
Just be thankful I didn't go with the having her speak in rhyme like I originally was planning.
I knew it. I called it. I called it.
She's gonna
I
speak
didn't
backwards.
riddles.
You
But
really
she's gonna be
did.
rhyme.
Speak
Okay.
some binary.
Ignore my answer. I said yes.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
From the far side of the basin on the pedestal, he reaches back and produces a gold chalice embedded with gemstones around its lip.
A familiar looking chalice with gemstones?
To you? Yeah. Looks very similar.
How many gemstones
With the
are
exception
on it?
of there is only 6.
The 7th one is on the inside.
Slowly dips the cup in the basin, removes it. You can see just a little bit of liquid dripping off of it. Looks very much just like water. But there's a little bit of coloration to it, kind of a deep, deep navy blue. And she brings it over to Yofredir and offers for you to drink from it.
Yeah, I'll drink from it.
And she kind of just like, as you take the cup, she puts her hand at the bottom of it and just kind of like guiding how much you need to consume from it. And then she takes it to Percy. I'm going in the order that you guys took your shoes off. Which, okay, that's a bad order because we'll never get to Silenus. All right. She offers it to you, Percy.
Percy will drink.
I believe Kiesel. No, who was next?
It was
Whoever was next.
Kiesel.
Raise your hand. All right. She offers you the cup.
As she tilts it into my mouth, do I see a 7th gemstone?
See the navy color to the liquid reflecting in the gold basin of the goblet. No sign of any other gemstones.
Oh, Kiesel closes his eyes and takes the amount guided.
Okay. Next. Silenus. She offers you the cup.
Takes a deep breath.
Okay. Cedric, Alfred, who's next? Who's next in the order?
Maybe skip Sentry somewhere.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I think
good.
we did.
Cedric,
You just actually sat in the next area. It's okay.
she's guiding the chalice for us to like drink from.
She hands it to you
Okay.
to take, and then once you take it, she has guided each person as to the amount.
Yeah, Zedri will go ahead and take it, and there's just a drop in his gut as his nose just sniffles. And are there any scents of peppermint?
No?
Okay, then he'll go ahead and drink it.
Yeah, it's odorless.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Alfred?
Alfred will take the cup and look down into it and then drink from it.
Okay. Each of you, as you take the drink, it's flavorless as well as being odorless. There's nothing to it. It's very similar to very plain water. And as you each take the drink, I need a con save from everybody.
Ooh.
And
Oh, dude, is this Chuck, dude? Fuck.
Can
woo!
Fire heart, fire heart, fire heart.
okay. DM, can I ask you?
You have advantage.
Is this something?
It is a magical effect.
Sure.
So
Is this something that I would feel like I want to happen, or I should just let happen?
that's up to you.
Can I make some sort of check
How,
to try to
how
to
willing
figure
are you to... how much do you want the answers? Are you willing to let yourself fall under whatever this is?
Silenus is
will-
going to willingly fail the Constitution save.
I would
Okay.
say Yofrider probably would too. He's done other things with his people for, I guess, similar experiences. So
Go ahead and roll.
Could
You can just
Alf-
choose to not roll with advantage if you are being willing.
Okay.
Can Alfred make some sort of like Arcana check to see like how he's feeling about what sensations are coursing through his veins?
Damn, double nat 20. I didn't even notice
Oh yeah, Fireheart Unity.
that.
Okay. As you each take your drinks, Zedri, Alfred, you were last. As you were the last one, as you are just finishing and letting the cup go back to the Oracle, I notice Percy just kind of collapsed to the floor, resting. About 30 seconds later, Silenus drops.
What's happening?
I think this is how she's gonna communicate with us privately.
You all just kind of in succession of your con saves. Just slowly takes a little bit longer with the ones that had the higher con saves. Alfred, you're the last. As you watch each of them just drift off into, based off what you can perceive, seems to be everybody's fine. They are just passing off into some sort of slumber.
Can Zedri sit? If everybody else is starting to like drop?
You guys are all sitting on the floor.
Oh, we're all sitting on the floor.
Yeah,
Okay,
she had
cool.
invited you to take your shoes off and sit on the floor. So
Ah, okay. Then
we're all crisscross applesauce on the play mat in kindergarten now.
I guess after everybody falls but the 2 fire hearts, because I think we had the yeah.
You're the last two, yeah.
Zedri's going to look towards the Oracle and say, if this is how you plan to commune with us, I just want to warn you, it might be affected by our inability to dream.
She just gives you a slight nod with a head tilt before you topple over.
While everyone was toppling over, Alfred was like, as soon as he realized,
Alfred,
what was
you'd be
going
up for
on,
about 4 minutes after Zedri goes down.
King, absolute king.
I guess
Wow.
in that time he would have enough ample opportunity to get everyone, like, he would lay them down and like get them a little bit more comfy than whatever slump position that they like happen to be in. Then he would lay down himself until he finally passed out.
Watching you
That's
help
all.
everybody to their rest. She gives you a very comforting smile. And the last thing you see before you go and pass into your slumber is her drinking from the same cup. As she kneels down in front of you, your eyes getting heavy, and then you slumping down, noticing that her knees are on the carpeted area in front of you, with the back of her, like the tips of her feet, her toes, in the basin of water, the pool of water at the base of the pedestal. This would be like a great point. Just gonna say, and that's where we're gonna end the session. No,
I'm flying to
no,
Nebraska.
we're not gonna do that.
I'm booking a
Intoxicated.
flight. I'm booking a flight.
All right,
A greyhound.
everybody, roll me 4d10.
Ooh.
I clicked 4 times and it put 5.
Alfred, oh my gosh.
Wow. Of course, Linus would roll the lowest.
I rolled a 1. Silenus rolled a 1. Golly.
As you all fell into the slumber, just kind of passing into a normal sleep, no cognizance of your. Those of you that broke 20 on your rolls, you actually like felt going to sleep. Everybody else just kind of like dropped because it was so quick. But those of you that made it past 20, you guys actually like know you were going to sleep, and you just immediately, all of you, jolt awake. It just racked in pain as you each take that much psychic damage, whatever you rolled with your 4d10.
Yeah.
Including the DM, the Oracle is taking 27 psychic damage.
35 HP.
Holy fuck!
I take it back. Huzzah! I rolled the lowest.
That was a victory, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Yofridir, you put yours on. You guys want to take care? I did Alfred's.
Oh, thank you.
I got mine.
Yeah, I can take mine.
I was too busy celebrating.
Oh, Silenus, don't give yourself
Is
47
the-
damage.
Oh, I thought that was remaining HP. Sorry.
Emotional damage.
You just really wanted to have that high roll, right?
I mean,
You guys
Silenus
are
has the
all
most
just like a
experience with psychic
splitting
stuff.
headache as you rouse yourself back up awake, and as you each kind of bring yourself to righting yourself from whatever position Alfred put you in. Alfred a little bit more crumpled over in his spot, but you all, it's like moments. And looking over, the Oracle is laying in front of you, like convulsing, and just like foam coming out of her mouth, with a slight purple tint.
Can we check to make sure that her airway isn't obstructed or anything like
Yeah,
that?
can
Like
we do
turn
like a
her
minute?
up?
Yeah. Put her on her.
Yeah.
Medicine?
Oh, this did not go as intended.
What's happening?
Oh.
We'll take Zedri's 24.
But fuck. Is this?
Seems to be breathing. There doesn't seem to be any obstruction, but she continues to convulse as you are attempting to attend to her. I am going to correct one thing. Percy, you only took 13.
Okay.
Do I get the sense that this is not normal?
I think that would be a pretty safe assumption. I'm not going to make you roll that the convulsing individual spewing purplish foam out of her mouth is not normal. Yes.
That was the
Going
same.
to-
Go ahead.
Slane's is going to run over to her and cast Lesser Restoration.
That was the same fucking chalice from the fucking inn. Did anybody else see that shit?
Yes, I think we have more pressing matters. It
I
wasn't
think
the
that might
exact
be
same
the
chalice.
pressing matter.
What is going
If I cast
on?
Lesser Restoration, does it help?
The convulsing
Oh.
seems to die down. The foam stops emitting, but she seems to be unconscious at this point.
He's still breathing though.
Yeah.
Whew, man, she's about to give us 2 questions for this. All right.
Zedri will have her sat like
think-
over his legs.
What cosmic entity did you all piss off?
Powerful one.
It's one that I don't think we should be saying the name of in here.
Or the gods.
I think everything was normal, but I don't think we were supposed to. I think something went wrong.
I think that's
I
a
mean-
safe assumption.
I think something
think that's-
interfered.
I think
Someone?
perhaps that I've just gotten the answer to my question.
Well, that makes one of us.
Is there anything else to this room, or is it pretty, like, open?
What was described is all you see.
There's walls to this, right?
Just the wall where the door was.
Just the wall where the door was. Okay.
Everything else is open air out to the outside.
Is there any shift in climate or color of the sky?
Give it a
Or-
perception check.
What do we
Oh,
do now?
I fucking. We wait till she
Seems the
wakes
same
up.
as when you came in.
Yeah, no changes. We wait for her to wake up. That's what.
Here, let me try and help. Silenus will kind of hold out his hands over her, like a couple inches, like 6 inches over her, and hands will start kind of glowing the whitish yellow color of his magic whenever he uses his god-given magic. And just slowly start pumping some of his healing light into the oracle and see if that will help.
Does anybody else feel like they got hit over the head with a fucking club, by the way?
You put your
Yes.
hands out over her and attempt to, channel your healing light. Nothing happens.
We need to get out of here.
Like, my magic doesn't come.
Doesn't activate.
Oh, and some magic in the room. Oh, fuck.
I cast Lesser Restoration, though. So
Mhm.
it's not that.
If we're still in the room, there's still like the pool around the podium.
Mhm.
Okay.
Her feet are in the pool. Or
Zed-
her feet were in the pool before you picked her up and were tending to her.
Yeah, Zedri's gonna try to like scoop some of the water a little bit, and he's just gonna try to wipe away as the purple foam, I guess, recedes. It's probably leaving some sort of coloration on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to clean up her
Got
face.
some grape Kool-Aid. Look.
We should maybe put her feet back into the pool.
Does
Okay.
anything look different about the room?
Nothing's changed in the room that you notice.
It's still same time of day, same everything
Yep.
outside.
Don't feel any... I mean, you can roll a survival check to be like, try and be pinpoint accurate, but it doesn't feel like, any significant time has passed since you guys drank.
Yeah, I actually do want to try to survival my way into how much time
Sure.
has passed.
Ooh.
5 minutes?
It's been about 5 minutes we were out.
I can't tell if this is. Can I? If I try to speak telepathically with Kiesel, does it work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Percy's gonna start pacing, like, back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, should we go downstairs and get like the concierge or receptionist, or should we just wait for the oracle to wake up?
We can try to speed up her breathing maybe, and Zedri will go ahead and try to summon his Fireheart Flames to go ahead and imbue haste into the oracle.
Never hyperventilate.
Zedri's hyperventilating. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's like, I think that we should.
She starts breathing faster, but she's still unconscious.
Percy, can you do me a favor and can you try and heal the oracle for me, please?
I don't have any healing magic.
Alfred, do you have any more
Oh,
of those
goody.
big fuck off syringes?
I left everything downstairs. There's
As everybody's kind of in this state of what do we do? Everybody give me perception checks.
Oh, dude.
Oh God.
Good job, Silenus.
Mine went 20 to
Ooh.
2 to 16.
All
Roll
right,
that
Alfred,
19.
Silenus, Eofradir, and like you hear kind of a like if you take like a big piece of metal and shake it, and you get that warble sound that comes out. Yeah, you all hear that. Those of you that had above 15. Turning your attention towards the source of the sound, you watch as a portal opens and the elderly merfolk from downstairs steps out and immediately goes to the side of the oracle, just like terribly concerned. And immediately you see a little bit of magic come off of her hands as she brings the oracle to, and she's just like accelerated with the haste, just like breathing super fast.
What what happened?
What is going on?
Are you okay?
And the assistant just like looks around at all of you, is just like holding her charge, her patron. What what did you all do?
We took off our shoes, we fucking did the ritual, and she started to asphyxiate. Is that normal?
She dipped the chalice in the water and gave it to us to drink, and then we passed out and woke up, and it was like this.
Approximately for 5 minutes.
The oracle reaches her hand up and like touches the assistant. She's like, it's it's okay. It's fine, Beatrice. You could go back to your post. I'll be okay. And the assistant goes and passes back through the portal, which quickly closes behind her. Kind of giving you an eye as she heads out, but she obeys her orders. That was new. I've had other instances where this didn't work, but never quite like that. And just like views the scene, taking in everything as to the little bit of the foam that's still left on the ground. And is everyone okay?
I feel like I got hit
Yes.
by a dragon.
Did
I think maybe all of us. My apologies. That is not how that is supposed to work.
was it him?
Who?
Ugh, I don't want to use my question so desperately, but the chalice that you have, is that something you've had? I hate to be so obtuse. It's just
Well, this
suspicious.
This is my question, so I guess.
Oh,
I'll be the
wait.
one.
I'm so very sorry, and the exhaustion's gonna hit because I'm gonna drop haste on her before it hits mid answering a question.
I was wondering what that was.
Alfred, you
Okay.
can ask now. I'm so very sorry.
Okay. Alfred's going to start spewing backstory. So we got into this place called the Dreamer's Inn, and then he's going to go on for like 5 minutes straight, as fast as Alfred can possibly talk. And I have this mark on the back of my ear, and so the chalice was in that room, and so that's why we think it's part of it.
This chalice has been here for long before I became the Oracle. It
Like the
definitely
same
has
chalice?
not left in the last 3 months.
It's, if I may, it sounds like this dreamer, to say it, is using artifacts of the gods. Because if that's been here for so long,
Well, it's a representation. I think that's not what we should be focusing on. What is supposed to happen when we do this?
Also, is that his question? Because I think it would be pretty unfair if it was just kind of a clerical inquisition.
I don't know how many oracles you've visited or what your presumptions are as to how this works.
Hey, how many oracles are there? That's not my question. Wait.
Well,
I think we need to stop asking questions.
It's fine. It's fine. I am the Oracle of Briora. I have served in this position for about 6 years at this point. And how this typically works is that I am able to commune with the spirits and get in contact with the gods in order to explore the most pressing thoughts in one's mind by dreamwalking. And it appears what your friend Cedri expressed before he passed into slumber is a bit stronger than I expected. I've ran into people with blocked dreams before, but nothing this powerful.
I don't blocked dreams. I dream normally.
Unfortunately, we dreamwalk together, and if anyone is blocked, at least by something this powerful, we all end up in the same situation. Although I will say this was new, I've never had quite the splitting headache or the exhaustion. After this, needless to say, or any of that. All right, well, I have one thing we could try. In the past, only used it once. Okay, to be fair, I've never used it, but my predecessor tried it once. It worked. There is a potion that can be mixed that can allow us to slip through whatever barrier might be blocking the dream and let us potentially disarm whatever block has been placed from the inside.
Is this a potion made by man, or is this a potion from the gods? Because unless it's the latter, I think we might still have some issues.
Well, it would be a matter of you gathering the components, bringing them to me, and I would proceed to craft the concoction, and according to the notes passed down to me by my predecessor, it would work. Obviously, just a little bit of unknowns based off what just happened, but would seem to be the best option I could propose.
What would these ingredients be?
She goes and steps, gets up, steps behind the basin, and slides open a drawer on the back of the pedestal, reaches in, pulls out a slip of paper, and quickly just starts writing down some notes, and then hands it over to Cedri as the passer honor of our dreams might be blocked right before he passed out. And looking at the piece of paper, it lists 5 ingredients: a pinch of sand, a vial of holy water, a pinch of diamond dust, a pogana fruit, Pogana, and a Cyclops eye.
I was waiting for the one.
The weird one.
Like the
Yeah.
Yeah, it
beholder
was-
tentacle.
I swore I thought it was gonna be the dragon. I thought it was gonna be like a dragon scale or something like that. I was waiting.
Most of these you should be able to gather here in town from different magic shops or from the temples. But the Pogana fruit and the Cyclops eye likely going to require you to venture outside the city.
Pogana fruit, is that like a native?
All right.
Well, fortunately, both of these can be found in the Torment Islands, just west of the city. Just pass through Traveler's Rest Forest, past the Asaphist Monastery, to the edge of the forest, which is the last bastion of the East Shore protections. Pass through the fort there and take the Dark Coin path. Continue on the Dark Coin path, and that path it's typically hunted by a clan of Cyclops. You should be able to track them from the path. Not the brightest of the Titans. Typically leave tracks behind, track them, and as you're moving through the Torment Islands where they reside, keep an eye out for a prickly green plant. Grows low to the ground, full sun areas. Each one has the ability to grow one piece of Pogana fruit. It's, looking at each of you, not sensing anybody knows what this is. It's a large, spiky, pinkish red fruit, about half the size of an apple, spine sticking out of it. I will need one set of ingredients for every 2 doses of the potion.
Ooh, that's
see.
a lot of eyeballs.
And they only come with
3.
one.
That would be 3.
Obviously, my dear, looking to you, Percy, if you don't have the troubles with the dreams, you wouldn't need this aid. Probably be best to steer clear of those in this kind of situation. No offense.
I will be leaving soon without them, so I suppose I lost my one chance for an answer.
I mean, if you want to come back tomorrow once I've had an opportunity to rest,
I'm leaving.
make sure that everything is safe, I would be happy to give things a second shot.
I'm leaving tonight.
Sorry, maybe another time.
I'll come through. Did you see how many proposals I'll get during spring fair?
She gives a slight chuckle. I suppose that is. If you can obtain the ingredients, maybe we can work together to try and break this block.
Okay, well, sorry about the backlash, I guess.
Part of the job, I suppose.
But thank you for your time, and thank you for the lead, the opportunity.
And if Beatrice gives you any troubles downstairs, just let me know.
What would be
She's
the
very
best way?
protective.
What would be the best way to reach you?
Here, I don't leave the tower very often.
Small amount.
If we were to do ascending to you, that would work?
Yes, if you have that capability.
And there's your answer.
I'll send a pigeon, I guess.
Just don't pass that around to everybody. If everybody thinks they can just call up the Oracle whenever they want, I'd never get any rest.
Of course not.
We'll keep
course
it
not.
close to the chest.
May I ask you one more thing?
Certainly.
You said that you were expecting us. What made you decide to meet with this group of people?
I have a fondness for those that are able to live their lives adventuring from place to place. I have known two homes from up until the age of 15. I lived with my family off the coast. From that point, I've known these walls. Call it a bit of envy. Dream walking with people that have had exciting lives can be quite a. It's like sharing the adventure myself.
Is this position that you hold, being the Oracle and all, is that a lifelong commitment?
It is. Or until the goddess deems me unworthy.
Do you ever regret your decision?
What decision would that be?
I mean, did you ever have the decision to not come here?
Goddess wills what the goddess wills. When she granted me the power to commune with her, I found my place.
Well, maybe next time I'm in Ashmane, I'll come and share some of my stories with you.
That would be lovely.
She's great at telling stories. Fantastic.
I'm sure she is. Alright, you got notes on what you need? Dark Coin Path, through Traveler's Rest Forest, Fort Highbeard. Be aware they will probably advise against you heading out into the Highlands, but unfortunately that is the only place you're likely to find Cyclops, as well as the Pagana fruits.
Is there some sort of, I don't know, some sort of physical thing that you could give us to just flash at people? We have the blessing of the Oracle. We have the authority. We are agents of,
Oh, they won't stop you. They'll let you pass through. Just a matter of they will strongly advise against it.
Oh, I can strongly advise my ass.
Not many people make successful make the successful journey down the Dark Coin Path into the underground. Thankfully, you will not be going that far. It should be less than a day's journey.
Alright, well, I guess you should expect us back in a few days then.
With any luck, maybe this time tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon.
DM, you said that she was wearing a familiar necklace. Is it the same necklace that was on the statue of Biora outside?
Appears to be. Which also appears to be the same necklace as another individual. She does not look like Sienna, just
yes.
clarify.
Yeah. Whenever you said that you were from the coast, was that here in Ishal, or was that further out?
No, just off the coast here in East Shore, yes. Small island, probably 15, 20 miles off the coast.
The necklace that you're wearing, is it a copy?
Oh, it's a... She kind of like leans in. It's like, unfortunately, a replica. The original hasn't been seen in quite some time. But original, known as the Iabriora, has been lost to time. But the Oracle's always worn a replica since it went missing.
Well, if you do plan on dream walking, I've seen the one who has it in their possession.
Well, that's unlikely. I'm sure it's been destroyed by now.
I don't think it was, and for how short our memories are, that's one thing I remember pretty clearly. But I appreciate everything that you've done for us, and also in trading all of our multitude of questions. I'm learning slowly that's not exactly how an oracle works.
Maybe how some oracles work, just not me. Very much like to, if you ever happen to come across the eye, it would be great to get it back in the possession of the tower.
Indeed.
As she finishes that statement, she just gives a quick look over at Alfred and just a slight nod, observing yours.
It's in the bin. It's a magical item.
Good point.
You left that downstairs?
Well, with that, could she sense that other piece?
Oh yeah, that's true. Embedded in his side.
There's a lot of things around.
That might be a tricky one.
It was a little bit hard to leave that in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
Hold
let's
on,
do
Alfred,
surgery.
Stay still.
Alfred's looking at the bin. He looks down at his side. He looks at the bin. Shrugs his shoulders.
And I
Sorry,
sense
guys,
that
I don't stay here.
Saga's sitting here like, what?
I trust that it was something weird and crazy and wonderful, and y'all had a great laugh about it when it happened.
There was a ton of
Laugh
scary
might not be the
moments.
word, but
I
It
had a
was
laugh.
great. Memorable for sure.
Ah,
It'll be with Alfred for a long time.
until he decomposes.
For the rest
Yep,
of his
and then
life.
someone else can pick it up.
if you don't have any further questions,
Cedric's putting on his shoes.
Well,
she goes and like waves her hands, her left hand in a big circle, just off to the left of the leftmost of you, or the rightmost of you in your guys' line. And you hear that sound that you heard when Beatrice entered and see a portal open up.
Oh, is this,
Save me the
this is
walk.
for... Oh, thank you. That was a lot of stairs. Do you ever walk up and down those stairs? I know you can't leave here, but
Daily exercise.
good for you. I think someone has you beat.
She never
Alfred's
skips
gonna
leg
walk through the
day.
portal.
There's definitely are a good workout.
She gives another chuckle. It's like, sometimes I cheat.
Cedric will follow
Well, I have
Alfred.
cheat days.
Percy will follow.
Yep, the Alfred's gonna go too.
Kiesel will walk up to the portal and then give a look behind the shoulder. And then look back forward and walk through the portal.
I still give one last bow. And go ahead and leave.
That everybody? You pass through the portal, find yourself just outside the tower. Managed to skip Beatrice for you.
Hey, where's our stuff?
Very, very thoughtful. Oh shit!
Yeah, we have
Oh
to
shit! We have to go back inside.
Well, Alfred
As
will
you're
shrug his shoulders.
looking at each other, taking in the roar of the waterfall coming down right next to you into the pools, and looking down, checking what everybody's got. You don't have your stuff, and then watch as another portal opens. Your stuff just dumps out on the ground.
Great.
Oh,
I have to press to digitate all this shit.
No, yeah. I hope none of it was breakable.
There was a hand mirror in that bag.
It didn't fall far.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Well, just
It's
when
like a
one
little door opened
Like they just
vertical.
push the button.
It
Yeah.
like dumped out like a foot onto the ground.
Wow. Just as one quest closes, another one presents it to you.
This quest isn't closed yet.
Percy, I am
changed-
so sorry.
I changed my question last minute.
So you did this?
No,
No, it's
I-
no. Please, it's not serious.
there was a. Sorry, I'm mentally freaking out a little bit. My mother told me to never ask it, and I never did. And I thought this might be the one chance, and it is feeling very, very strange that I didn't get to ask it. I was going to ask who my father was. I will be back.
I mean,
To Ashmane. One day.
In 3 months.
In 3 months.
3 weeks.
That's so very specific. Why 3 months away?
Isn't that when your speed dating holiday is?
That's in
It's
3
2
weeks. Two
Oh.
weeks even. Yeah.
Well, then 3 months should be enough time to let everything pass. Then.
Yeah.
well, perhaps. I mean, perhaps you just stay an extra day. She offered to see you tomorrow.
Percy's gonna look at them and then look across.
At the DM.
No, she's gonna look across and it's like, I have some friends I need to go meet up with. And plus, I need to hunt down that bookseller for you. In all honesty, I have business to attend to. And honestly, I should probably be getting... What time of the day is it now?
5, 10 minutes.
Just about noon.
Past when we showed up.
Well, 5 minutes since you went to sleep, but you walked up a
Yeah.
lot of stairs, traveled
Yeah.
an hour through town.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're around the noon hour. So, your ship will be leaving within the next couple hours.
I need to go and board the ship and head towards Six Bells, and I guess this is goodbye.
Well, it's not a goodbye.
We'll
We'll see you soon.
to see you later.
I will say if you are
Spells for some drinks.
Of course.
if you are particularly waiting 3 months until you return, you will be back when Beatrice originally wanted to schedule us for a meeting with the Oracle.
Wonderful, great timing. You all are a very intriguing bunch. You know that?
I think the Oracle called us more of a liability, but
Oh, a liability, absolutely. Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't gotten each other murdered yet, or murdered each other. for that
Very,
matter.
very close to both. Please trust.
Yeah, we've almost done both.
Please
Yeah.
don't talk about
We
that.
almost did
remember-
one recently. Yeah.
I was part of
Both
it.
recently.
Oh, I've never apologized to you, Silenus, for that.
For what?
Didn't I do like a shocking grasp on you when we were all going?
Oh, we were.
Nutso.
No, it's fine. I orchestrated Zedri getting absolutely knocked the fuck out by Yofer there. It was what was going around.
Fair enough. It may not be a bad idea to find another person to go with to hunt down these Cyclops. I can't stay. I don't think I'd be much good in a fight against them anyway, but
Well, we can either host tryouts with the Adventuring Guild, or we have an emancipated vampire that we need to meet with.
She does seem quite interesting. I wouldn't mind bringing her along.
I don't know.
Like,
she seemed
I would
like
like
a
to point
hunter.
out that she did also seem like she got captured and put into a coffin and with her blood being drained.
Well,
Oh,
respectfully,
so-
we've had some capture stories of our own.
So we were asleep for a month in a tranquil tent across the ocean. That's also a capture story.
Look, it is whatever you all have gotten yourselves into, and I guess now I've been pulled into it as well, as whatever cosmic entity has marked you all probably is now keeping an eye on me as well.
Sorry.
Good luck. I don't want to be attending any funerals anytime soon. Weddings, yes, but only for the most chaotic of reasons.
My Aunt Scarlett is marrying, so I guess that would be a fun one, but that's probably going to happen rather soon, so...
I mean, if I could... Now, she's someone I would want to catch before she gets married, but that's another story entirely. Maybe after, if they're into that.
But I was about to say, she does really seems like the kind of person who wouldn't mind either way.
Percy, it has been an absolute simultaneous nightmare and pleasure to experience the things we have with you, but you have been a delight through and through with everything that's happened.
You as well, Zedri. And don't let all of this craziness pull you into a place that you don't need to go. Let Infernus's fire burn bright in you.
Oh, don't worry, it will. I'll make sure of it.
Thank you, Alfred. And same to you. Yofredia, kick some ass.
It's been a pleasure fighting next to you.
Been a pleasure. Kiesel, keep all of them in line. I feel like that's become your job.
It's been behind the scenes.
Silenus, I'm hoping we'll grace the stage together again soon.
Silenus is just gonna like, just going to just wrap you up in a hug
She'll hug him back.
and just kind of gently press his forehead to yours.
It'll be okay.
It will.
And with that, Percy will give any other hugs asked or offered.
Alfred will give a giant hug.
Cedric's tackling on for a group hug.
Yeah, Yoker's gonna just pull everybody.
Make sure you send us a message when you get back to 6 spells.
I will.
Yes.
I will. I will.
It's really scary being on a boat.
And
Not
if
my
you need
first
some place
time.
to crash,
Oh, I've
tell
already.
Niva and Tivka that we sent you.
Stay alive.
Are
Be
all
good.
of are all of your birds compartmentalized like Matryoshka dolled right now?
Mm-hmm. They're all in bottom. She has to go do repairs.
Okay. Zedri is going to approach bottom and say, the others are inside?
Yes.
Is it like a little door or?
Oh, she'll set him down and she'll kind of open the hatch on his chest. And as she does, she's like, oh, I almost forgot. And she's going to pull out a letter that she wrote and give it to Alfred. Let me send that to you. It's the letter that's essentially like telling her mother who you are.
Right? If we pay for a night
Yeah.
with your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Zedri will say to your mechanical barn owl bottom, I hope that things go well. And he'll look in to see the falcon, the Eurasian magpie, the brown and gray kestrel, the yellow hammer, and the long-tailed tit kind of compartmentalized on each other and just say, Stavline, Quince, Snout, Snug, Flute. We're not going to be with her anymore, so you should probably watch over her like you've been doing. And there will be a small metal on metal sound as Zedri's going to go ahead and drop in 50 golds into the little opening and say, that's for you, but if you're going back to 6 spells, would you mind dropping off like a little bit of money to leave with our housekeepers? We can't build a basement if we don't have attendance and all.
Zedri, I know you did not just ask for the change back on the fucking donations.
No, I'm talking about the fact that we have a shit ton of money inside of the bag of holding. Zedri will point at the bag that Alfred has and say, 259 platinum pieces, 2,383 gold pieces, 5,349 silver pieces, and 3 copper?
Plus this bed.
3 copper, too.
Wow, that's almost triple what Alfred has.
Plus there's this that the guild paid us.
That number was included.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes.
No,
Presume
no,
when you guys did your inventory, it all got put in there. Which we'll also point out, just this is me out of DM character here. Just he has to just pocket all the loot and everything for the payment and not give anything to Percy. Just saying.
No, that's what we're doing right now.
That's what the
We're-
50 gold was. Yeah, the Zedri gave.
Okay.
No, we're totally divvying it up right now.
What would Percy's cut of the money? How much money did we actually receive?
You got
from
1,000 gold from the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Actually, a little bit more than what you guys were expecting to be paid.
So why don't you throw another 100 gold on top of that as well?
Is that 150 gold?
For yeah.
Well, the 50 is from Zedri's pocket, so the 100's coming out of our party fund.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Oh, if it's coming out of the party's fund, then probably like 100. Then it should be a full 150.
Give her the full 170 because it cuts weird.
160, 166. Yeah.
And an electrum.
No.
Oh, what?
Blasphemy.
4 electrons.
Oh, story time. In the
That's more than
game
some-
the game that I'm DMing, I made a shopkeep that only takes Electrum.
That's more than such small towns, bro. That's like a local municipal government's entire word.
That's like a place only accepting $2 bills.
Percy's gonna give
Yes.
back 1 gold coin only for the reason so I have 666 gold pieces.
Nice.
just
Perfect.
immediately like combust.
The flames have been burned.
Also, I sent Alfred and I sent Silver the letter. You guys, you can share it amongst everyone if you want. It has a fun joke at the end of it.
I don't have the amount of money that we left with Neva and Tifka. But it was Yofridir that paid them, right?
Yeah.
We
I
left them
gold. I think like 2
We left
each
them
were
3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks worth of pay.
But I think we may be getting a little tight on that at this point. Maybe. Because I know we spent a little bit of time in Swornsteed and out and about.
You guys left on the day after Life Day? No, second day after Life Day. So the second of Faderman. It's the 12th.
Yeah, 12.
So it's been 10 days, just short of 2
Okay.
weeks.
With money exchanged and goodbyes and hugs exchanged.
There's one more thing. One more thing.
One more thing?
One more thing. Kiesel wants to go up to Percy. Almost in like a sidebar kind of way while everyone's like divvying up their coins and like getting distracted. You and I
Yes.
are cut from the same cloth. You take it easy and keep an eye over your own shoulder. And I want to give her my dagger and be like, I don't know if you have one of these, but in case anybody wants to get a little too close. I have a bigger one on my back. It's, it with 2 hands, so I don't really need this, but, in case we don't see you.
I'll see
There's
you
something.
soon. And as he's giving her the dagger, she'll lean in and give him a kiss on the cheek. Take care of yourself. And I hope you see your family soon.
I got a lot more before I can do that, but you as well.
And with that, Percy will gather up her things and start making her way towards the docks.
Should watch your companion, friend, party
Cry.
member walk
Family.
off, heading back towards the oceans, heading back towards your newfound home in Six Bells.
As you're like
We
going
will-
down.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as you're going down, like is it very hilly here in Ashmane?
Not really.
No? Okay, as you're walking down the road, you'll hear a small pop in the background and you'll see multicolored fireworks raining from above as Alfred shoots off a pyrotechnics into the air. You'll see the fireworks are in the shape of your little birds, each of them in their little colors.
In response, Percy's gonna minor illusion at Cybil. A kind of large version in the air above her.
Bystanders are freaking out right now.
Yeah,
The
they're
city is
so
in
good.
chaos. Bombs, a big dog in the sky.
She slowly disappears back into the city, leaving you in Briora's gardens. The sound of birds chirping, water flowing, and in the back of your heads, the knowledge that your business is not quite done here yet. We'll end the stream for tonight.
Oh my god.
Had a feeling.
That's a
Dude.
good stopping point.
Yeah.
No, actually, we need to go to the general store, and then we see Percy there, and it's awkward, you know. And then it's like, well, fuck, like,
I already said
We
goodbye.
said goodbye, but we're walking the same way.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
buying back all of the crossbow bolts she wasted trying to kill Sydney.
She sees Kiesel buying another dagger to replace the one that he just gave her.
All right, that is where we'll conclude things tonight for the video on demand portion of our stream. We will continue with the rest of our stream here in a moment, which is all of our usual stream post-game stuff. Those of you that are in chat, which we have lovely 9 people in the stream at the moment. So if you want to get involved at this point, there is opportunity for you to throw out your votes for most valuable roleplay moment amongst the players. Just post that in chat. We'll also be doing a few other things with questions that you might have about what's going on or what happened during the session, or also favorite moment, best moment from the session. We had a pretty fun session here with a lot of cool stuff. And before we close out the VOD, I just want to do another big shout out to everybody that helped contribute tonight, all the people that came into the stream. Great numbers tonight. Didn't quite reach our the default goal, but with all of the donated subs, we far surpassed the regular goal. So thank you a ton, Jim Jam, for 35 gifted subs. Hope all of you that received those gifted subs use them. Come back. We'll be back next week.
Absolutely.
Heading out into the Torment Highlands, hunting Cyclops. A little bit of fun there. And oh yeah, kind of didn't mention this, but you guys all hit level 9 tonight. So
Hey!
except for the one that already hit level 10. So
Oh, thank goodness.
So, to the video on demand people, thanks for watching. Come watch us live if you aren't. And we'll see you next time.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Same bat time,
Bye.
same bat channel next week.